finally, sir, in this executive order, we're also changing the name of the Canada geese as per your request. They will now be known throughout the world as Donald Ducks, which is a more suiting name, given that they now live in Lake America and not Canada with the rest of those losers. Donald Ducks are now an American species, and they're already happily migrating to our shores as we speak.
Those are Canadian geese.
Not anymore. Meet the Donald Ducks.
신다. 와,初めて言われる伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなにガチンが多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君は、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳。ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランド、ズライドまで。
ゼロ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだと、大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そうそうそうそう。やらせるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I'm your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage I.of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Friday. And the Donald Ducks are taking over social media. That's all I see on my timeline is Donald Ducks. Donald Ducks, Donald Ducks. It's everywhere. It's absolutely crazy. Good old Chris Christie. How'd that work out for you, Chris Christie? Not too good. He really thought that he had something there, man. He was like, oh, yeah, we're cooking. Oh, we're cooking big time. No, you're not, buddy. You're never cook. Well, he's cooking a lot, and then he eats. But, yeah. That's been pretty fun to watch. But there's a lot going on. Milo Yiannopoulos has been deported and caught by ICE. We're going to go over all of that. Crazy, man. Just, God, the more I see all of these influencers on the right, the more I hate all of them. I just want nothing to do with any of these people. I just want to stay in my own little corner right here. And that's it. And yeah, it's been crazy. So there's a lot of updates, some President Trump stuff that we're going to update on. He's been a busy guy. He is in Texas right now. So we have that going on. Milo being deported is hilarious. It is pretty damn funny. And we'll go over all of that. Tutan Tommy says, I'm drunk. Here's $2 that identifies as a 199. You know what? I respect it. I respect it. Thank you. Little Jim Sailor says, did you see Tom Hardy rap as Bane? I got tagged in that on Twitter. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it was Alex Arrow Cave texted me or tagged me on that. And as a matter of fact, there he is right there. Alex says, RIP Caleb, Meta PC code 199. S. Becker says, I know nothing about Milo Yiannopoulos. I don't know a whole lot about the guy either. I know I've reacted to him being appearing on Timcast, and he was big in the 2016 campaign, but he's not somebody that's ever really been on my radar per se. But Laura Loomer has been on the case for a long time with this guy, and now here we are. Let's see here. Joe Bitts says, had my first Culver's Butter Burger today. I don't know, man. Hold on now. Hold on. I need you to tread lightly, okay? I need you to tread lightly. Now, there's a couple of issues here already. I'm not sensing enthusiasm, and that bothers me. I'm not sensing enthusiasm. This is going to be a difficult conversation. We're going to have it. All right. You need to talk to me. All right. Now, the first question I always have when someone might not have a great experience at Culver's: what are the demographics of the employees? These are things I need to know. Okay. These are things I need to know. And once we answer that question, we start to uncover what's actually going on. Okay. So once we've established that, we'll figure it out. All right. It's amazing though. Culver's is amazing. Heir to the Empire for 10 says, I missed most of the stream yesterday. Hail Willie Will. Look at that, man. Even when Willie Will's not here dropping bombs, people are still thinking about him and talking about him. I missed most of the stream yesterday. Hail Willie Will. Sorry for your loss, man. Glad you found a distraction here at this Vig's CobraCast stream. Willie Will's been here for a long time, man. So really, it was really good to hear from him and see he's doing okay. 2-year anniversary of his wife's passing. So, and he was thinking of us here at the Snake Pit. Isn't that something? So, but prayers up for Willie Will. Yappy Tom says, hail, I love GTA and got a lot of haters. Fuck them. This is the new meta, man. The new meta is to, I guess, like shit on the internet because it pisses so many people off. Everybody is a fucking NPC to hate shit these days. And if you actually end up liking something, the NPCs start malfunctioning. They're like, wait a minute. We're supposed to hate things. What is going on? You're actually excited for something? And they freak the fuck out. And it's pretty funny to watch it. But yeah, I mean, calling things out for what they are, it's what I've always done. And everybody is a fucking NPC to hate everything now. And when you don't, they start malfunctioning and they start lashing out. And it's pretty funny. So I don't know if GTA is going to be good. I have no idea. if it's going to be good. But I thought the trailer looked good. Sue me. Okay? Big fucking deal. Let's see here. Corey Wilson said, I'm just going to wait and see how everyone else likes it before I invest in it. That's a good policy. See what everybody else says first, then you go from there. So, says the Fortnite guy. Fortnite is the most alpha male video game on the internet. Simple as that. Okay? Simple as that. So there you have it. Alpha male gets you ladies. Dude, I cannot believe this is legit, okay? But apparently, this is real. These dudes in Egypt robbed a moving truck to steal 230 pounds of chicken. It's like the Fast and Furious. You remember that scene in the Fast and Furious? Holy shit. This is the type of shit Democrats want to see in our country. This is the type of shit they want to see. Yeah, yes, Lady Aaron D, GTA 6 leaks. Yeah, this is leaked footage of GTA 6 right here. Like, what is happening? What is happening? You remember those scenes in Fast and Furious and people are like, okay, this is overkill. This isn't realistic. This isn't realistic at all. This is nonsense. Apparently not. There it is. The inside job, the delivery truck could have stopped. Correct. Or he could have been texting and driving. You know? You never know. But yeah, man, this is wild right here. Actually, Danky, you need to make a short of this. And I'm going to go like, what are the chickens for? Let me know in the comments below. And then you just play the clip. I think that's the way we need to do it. Hey, what are the chickens for? Let me know in the comments below. Do it. Let's get some views out of this shit. Ain't that what we're supposed to do? Heir to the Empire for Ted says, thanks, Jared, for mentioning Peter Cullen's passing yesterday. R.I.P. I loved the Transformers cartoon when I was a kid, especially the 86 Transformers movie. Peter Cullen will be celebrated for sure. Absolutely. Agreed. And again, just it's a celebration of his life. That's what we should be doing right now. Celebration of his life. Jester is a Clown says, hail the mods, the ones behind the shit show. Love to you, big. Thank you. I appreciate it. Zinni Biscuit says, don't play GTA. Don't care for it. Stage tour. I respect that. I mean, again, I've never been a big GTA person myself. I keep saying that. Turkey Jill says, yo, Jer, today I picked up a quarter, 25% on my forklift at my coworker, and my coworkers were amazed with my talent. Happy Friday, brother. Hail the snake pit. Turkey Jizz runs this shit, okay? He walks in to the warehouse, and they're like, oh, my God, it's Turkey Jizz, the guy that picked up a quarter with this forklift. This is how you get ladies right here. That's how you get ladies. Rock Bottom says, have you seen Milo's mugshot? Well, I haven't, but let's go ahead and let's get ready to talk about that because that's the news of the day. What are the beardos for? I really wanted to roast him worse today for being late, but I knew he felt terrible. I really wanted to pounce, but I was like, I'm not gonna give him too much hell. I should have, though. I feel bad that I didn't give him more shit. You know what I mean? Should have done that. You know what? Has his alarm gone off? As soon as, like, the only thing he texted me this morning when it was like 9:30, it was like 30 minutes after we started, and I just get a text. He's like, fuck. It's like, that's good enough for me. So thank you. What are the beardos for? That's what maybe I should just do the short starting with that. What are the beardos for? Okay. So, some of the big news today, Milo Yiannopoulos has been deported from the U.S. after entering ICE custody. Now back on a plane to the United Kingdom. Here we go right here.
Milo Yiannopoulos is in ICE custody tonight. The British national was arrested by federal agents and is being detained in Alexandria, Louisiana. He's facing deportation. The Homeland Security Department says he overstayed his visa, this is his mugshot, and failed to show up for an immigration hearing after being issued an order of removal.
That's friggin' funny as hell. Now, someone that I think is taking a lot of joy in this is Benny Johnson. Here's Benny's video on this situation right here.
Sometimes the news cycle feels like I'm hallucinating. Milo Yiannopoulos has a mugshot from inside of a nice facility on his way to being deported from our nation. Yeah, that Milo Yiannopoulos. Homeland Security posting to their 3 million followers. On August 27th, ICE arrested Milo Yiannopoulos, an illegal alien from the United Kingdom, at the Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport in Kenner, Louisiana. Yiannopoulos legally entered the country in 2019 through New York City. He chose to overstay his welcome in violation with our nation's laws.
I just want to point out, you can think whatever you want about Laura Loomer, okay? And I know people have their opinions on Laura Loomer. This is April 23rd, where she was calling him out for being an illegal alien squatter. Yes. It takes a truly sick individual to bring an illegal alien squatter like Milo Yiannopoulos into their home and around their children, but that is exactly what Candace Owens is doing. Candace Owens, according to Laura Loomer, had Milo Yiannopoulos in her home.
But there's multiple. Look up the court records. You'll see that Milo has multiple judgments against him. He is not only an illegal alien, but there's multiple court records. You're not going to see it by doing a Google search right now. You have to actually look in court records. I'm going to post these records because I actually have them, and I'll be.
Who is this Milo dude? So I'm not the best person to describe Milo Yiannopoulos because I don't know a ton about him, but he's basically I guess you could He claims to be a right-wing, influencer slash commentator, but he's just a fraud. And he got really big in 2016 with the rise of Trump, or the pre-rise of Trump. I guess he's gay. He was, at one point in time, he was Kanye West's chief of staff when Kanye was going to run for president. Yeah, Kanye West hired Milo Yiannopoulos to run his campaign. The day that, if I think I'm correct on this, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. When Kanye appeared on Timcast in that famous episode where he walked out, where Nick Fuentes was there, I think Milo was there as well. I think it was Milo, Fuentes, and Kanye, right? Was Milo there? And so that was that famous episode. Milo has been on Timcast a couple of times. I've covered those episodes where Milo was just a really strange guy, and completely full of shit. Posed as a Trump supporter for a long time, elevated off of being a fake Trump supporter, and has attacked a lot of people on the right for various amount of reasons. He's been wishy-washy on Trump over the years. He's just been a fixture in American politics, at least a discussion, online discussion anyway.
Be posting them on X for everybody to see themselves. Milo has multiple outstanding judgments against him. So he also told people that I used to work with, oh, I want Laura Loomer to sue me because I want to raise $1 million on GoFundMe, because there's so many people who hate Laura Loomer that I would be able to raise money. And then he would just use the money to go pay for his drugs, right? So Milo is squatting in a home. He's an illegal alien. He needs money for legal fees because he's facing deportation proceedings, something he doesn't want anybody knowing. And so Milo wants to raise money. Milo wants me to sue him because he wants to be able to raise a ton of money so that he can continue his illegal alien lifestyle in the United States of America.
Now, again, this is on April. She's been calling this out for a while. That's the reason I played that. It's because she's been ahead of the curve on this. She's been calling out Milo for doing exactly what ICE busted him doing today. So big shout out to her for that.
He's not an American citizen of the United Kingdom. Yiannopoulos was issued final order of removal by an immigration judge lawfully on July 22nd. He failed to show up for his immigration hearing, according to many on the internet. He was running from ICE on the lam, living in houses of various retard right influencers. Get to those.
Oh my God. So now Alex Jones says Laura Loomer's enemies are now being arrested. I haven't seen this. This is the first time. What is that? So Alex is claiming that Laura Loomer's getting people arrested. Oh my God.
Well. Ilhan Omar, who famously married her brother and got caught in public immigration fraud, she's not going to get deported anytime soon. No. But boy, Laura Loomer picked up the phone, basically the acting head of DHS. She said, this guy's criticizing you, Trump. He's criticizing me. And the DHS came down on him fast, and he's already been shipped out of the country. I tell you, that's service right there, boys and girls. We're about to lay it out right now.
Real time, uncensored,
Milo had many court orders on him. This is dumb. Yes. I mean, again, Alex is just working the anti-Trump angle. That's what he's doing. Because it pays very good right now online.
Also known as Laura Loomer, is now calling for MTG's arrest. Oh, she just got her taste for blood. She's bragging that she fingered Milo Yiannopoulos as being an illegal alien from the UK, had him seized by Homeland Security.
He did.
Because how dare him be a webmaster for MTG?
I mean,
so it turns out.
But he was an illegal alien, Alex. He was illegal. He was not supposed to be here legally. He's been rightfully deported for being an illegal alien. How is this a problem?
We've got a new boss in town, ladies and gentlemen. It is Larry Loomer. We're about to break this down right now. Don't worry, ICE is on the job. You criticize Trump, your ass is going to prison. People in the Epstein class, you're going to be protected, don't you worry. I'm going to just call it like.
Again, I feel I have to repeat this every time. I know this is crazy. I know this is a crazy announcement, but go with me here. Donald Trump was the president when Jeffrey Epstein got arrested. It's amazing how that never gets mentioned when Epstein's name is always brought up about the protected Epstein class. But Trump was the president when Epstein was arrested and Epstein's accomplice.
It is right now. Laura Loomer is a anti-American menace. She is clearly singing from a sheet of music from a foreign government. And I am ashamed I ever knew her. And back when she was being censored, that I ever supported her. The woman is literally gone from Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader. Now, that said, before I hit this huge story, Milo I've known for a long time.
Pat K199 for 1776 says that Milo was basically a right-wing internet shock jock in 2016, working for Breitbart and had a college tour. I can't say in a super chat. Then kept going and got exposed as a weirdo. And Josiah in the chat says Milo's going to milk this situation harder than he does Candace Owens' husband.
I wouldn't turn my back on him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but let's just say I don't deal in the type of politics he deals in. But on a scum scale, Laura Loomer is way up here, and Milo Yiannopoulos is way down here, okay? And I'm not trying to be mean to Milo, but all I can do is be truthful. I have seen her call for him to be deported, call for his arrest. He has, I guess, done some webmastering and speech writing in the past for MTG, who Larry Loomer's always had a huge hard-on for. And now they're bragging that she basically called up Trump and Homeland Security and got Milo Yiannopoulos, the
dude. There's no other way to say it, man. The online discussion right now within politics is completely broken. It is just a complete shit show. It's embarrassing that I'm not saying there aren't things to criticize Trump over. There's plenty. But the type of shit that's going, like an illegal alien was deported from the United States of America, and somehow that's a bad thing now. What are we even doing anymore? This is absolutely crazy.
7-foot-tall Greek from the UK arrested by Homeland Security. And so we can't get the Epstein class arrested. We can't get all these operatives like Howard Levin.
Again, Epstein was arrested, Alex. You're conveniently leaving that part out, that Epstein was arrested and his accomplice when Trump was in office the first time.
That's on,
like if the Epstein thing went, if it was as ridiculous as these clowns keep saying it is, then Epstein would never have been arrested. He would have never been arrested. His arrest has made the whole situation much worse because of the narrative online. If it was that bad and if it was that much of a cover-up and he was that connected and if he had that many ties, he would have never been arrested. Simple as that. And if he was arrested, he would have never been kept alive long enough for any questioning if it was that in depth.
You know, at the island, living next door to him, caught lying about it. We can't get all these big Republican donors. And by the way, it's mainly Democrats with Epstein, but we can't get them in trouble either. We can't get Bill Gates, the big Epstein buddy boy, in trouble. But this guy right here, don't you worry, he's being deported to the UK.
I keep asking the question of like, what in a realistic scenario, what do you think Trump should do? So we don't like Bill Gates. I don't like Bill Gates. I think he's a piece of shit. Being a piece of shit doesn't mean that you should be arrested. There has to be evidence in order to go after someone. You have to build a case. Then you're dealing with someone who has more money than anyone almost. So he's going to hire the best attorneys. They're going to pick apart every single thing that he's accused of. What do you want Trump to do? You want him to just go arrest anybody you don't like with no evidence? That's not how this works. Milo was literally an illegal alien in this country. It's not like they just went after someone because someone said something bad about Trump. He's a fucking illegal. He overstayed his visa.
We're all much safer now. And again, I'm not even saying Milo's that bad of a guy, but he does infight. He likes gossip. He's a gay dude. I mean, okay, it's kind of the classic cliche. I find it annoying. So
anyway, Alex is rambling. Let's go back to Benny real quick. I want to hear what Benny has to say about all this.
He was running from ICE on the lam, living in houses of various retard right influencers. Get to those receipts in just a second.
I don't know if that was a reference to Candace or not.
Running from ICE on the lam, living in houses of various retard right influencers. Get to those receipts in just a second. He will remain in ICE custody pending removal. He's going to be forcibly sent home. Being in detention is a choice. We encourage all illegal aliens to take control of their departure with the CBP Home app. The United States is offering illegal aliens $3,000 and free flight to self-deport now. We encourage every person here illegally to take advantage of this offer and reserve a chance to come back to the United States the legal way. So this means that Milo will not be coming back to the United States ever again. I think if you are deported and you take up valuable resources from our nation out of your belligerence and clearly a lot of other bad things going on here. If you bruh. Well, that's just how it goes. The way the cookie crumbles, as it says. It's hard to not have a little bit of Schadenfreude here. We'll talk about all of it. If not, you will be arrested and deported without any chance to return. So this is the United States of America with a full heavy hand of the law saying that Milo Yiannopoulos will never be in America again. They're quote tweeting this article from TMZ. It's very real. Again, feels like you're hallucinating, but this is happening. Milo Yiannopoulos.
The fact that Kanye West, was it Kanye, Milo, and Nick Fuentes that had dinner at Mar-a-Lago, and Trump had no idea who Fuentes and Milo was, but Kanye brought them? Am I remembering that correctly? So Kanye West wants to have dinner with Trump. Kanye brings Fuentes and Milo. Fucking crazy, dude. And Trump has no idea who either one of them are. Wow. What a world, dude.
Arrested by ICE in Louisiana. There you go. Here's the Daily Mail. Right-wing firebrand Milo Yiannopoulos detained by ICE in Louisiana airport as mugshot is revealed. So I just want to start with this, a couple of different things. One, Milo Yiannopoulos is not the far right. Maybe he was considered the far right. Right-wing firebrand. He's not. Milo Yiannopoulos is an op. Milo Yiannopoulos has spent the last year or two or four attacking the right, doing everything that he possibly can systematically to break apart President Trump's coalition.
And he's not the only one. There's so many of these people out there, and they have created armies of people that are just so brainwashed, and it's absolutely insane. People don't understand how big of a problem this shit is.
To attack those who consider themselves America first, part of the MAGA movement. And he's done so as an illegal alien, as a foreigner. So this is foreign interference. I don't know if he's funded by the left, but he only attacks the right. And he only attacks people like, for instance, he attacked Charlie Kirk. May he rest in peace. He attacked Charlie's family after Charlie was murdered. Said Charlie was gay and that Erica was going to divorce him. And he says this kind of stuff. Clicks for fame. I don't know. I can't read minds, but I know that his evil, vicious lies. He said the exact same things about me. And they are vicious, evil, slanderous, defamatory sewage, all of it lies. And he does so when people are, frankly, dealing with a lot of other stuff. Like the Kirks were dealing with a lot of things after Charlie was murdered. Could you find a more evil time to attack someone? And I'm not going to sit here and play the victim card, but it's, again, hard to not have Schadenfreude here because, well, it was a tough year. You know, after Charlie's death, there was...
every time this comes up, I have to bring this point up. One of the saddest things that I have seen in my whole time doing this is that the entire narrative of Charlie Kirk's assassination has been completely lost. It's been lost. It's over. Like, we're not even talking about the assassination anymore. We're talking about Turning Point and Erica and Israel. And it's unbelievable how fucking sad that is.
There's a huge target on our back, and there still is. Just this week, we had to sit in a sentencing hearing for a man who threatened to murder us, to blow my head off in front of my family. I had to go give a statement, a victim statement to the court with the guy sitting there in the courtroom. He was sentenced to a year in federal prison. There was a time last fall where every single day somebody was coming up to my doorstep, ringing the door, tormenting my wife and children and family. And this dipshit decided to, in that time when my children were on lockdown, when we had to get security, police officers outside of our house, new cameras, a new security gate, you know, like we've had to move before multiple times because of this. It goes with the territory, but it's like so disruptive. It's terrorizing to a family with little kids. This dipshit decides to like go on. It was Tim Pool's show. It's really hard to forgive Tim for this. And like go on Tim Pool's show and then just spew all these lies about me. And
damn, just called out the beanie.
And my family too, implicating my wife in crimes, going after my children. This is why I wanted to sue him. I still want to sue him. But it's really hard to serve a guy who's on the run from ICE, who is illegal in this country, living in various flop houses or houses of other retard right influencers, and eventually being arrested at an airport. Who knows what he was doing in Louisiana? I don't know. But he was clearly on, and I have this on very good sources, a drug-fueled bender when he was attacking me. And going on these TV hits, you could obviously...
If you go back and watch him on Tim, and again, it's been so long since I reacted to that shit, but I mean, Milo is a weird dude, man. And he was all over the place in that Tim Pool interview. It was entertaining as hell. I was having a blast watching it. But it was just like, he was, and you could tell, I guess you could say Tim was uncomfortable, but at the same time, Tim knew exactly what he was getting himself into. Incoherent name pretends as conservatives were desperate for champions in the 2010s. In our desperation, we let in people to our movement that we should not have. We're now seeing the fallout of not gatekeeping. Yeah, and I think that's still happening. Again, Candace Owens is a classic example of that. How the right just fully embraced her, and she made all this money because of identity politics. The right plays identity politics just as well, not as just as much as the left, but the right definitely does play identity politics. They're a little more strategic with their identity politics, but they still play it. 1000% they do. And Candace was elevated because of identity politics.
You see it. There's a reason why he stopped getting booked. And, you know, could you think of like a more cruel thing to do to a young family? I don't know Milo. I don't have a beef with Milo. I don't have a history with Milo. I don't know the guy. Literally nothing he said about me is true. Nothing he's ever said about any of these people are true. He's just making it up. He was once invited into the party. He said a bunch of things, like made a bunch of pedophile apologists comments, got fired, got canceled, got his book canceled, job canceled, kicked out of the party, kicked off stage rightfully, lost his mind, and then just like has spiraled ever since. But anyway, he came and attacked. He then now like has made a new career for himself by attacking us, by attacking people that are just trying to fight for the future of the country and getting clicks and headlines out of it, or at least trying to. And so, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not to like say, well, you're going to have a great time inside of a refugee housing in the UK. Milo's going to have a great time under the UK tyrannical speech laws. It's going to be a really fun time for him to post on the internet. Jackass. I mean, again, imagine being...
So this clip right here, ICE confirms Yiannopoulos was in the U.S. illegally for overstaying his visa. Milo was issued a final order of removal on July 22nd, but didn't leave. So ICE arrested him on August 22nd or 27th. So he was ordered a removal on July 22nd, and he didn't leave. But Alex Jones is telling you that Laura Loomer got him arrested. If Laura Loomer got him arrested, why didn't they arrest him on the 22nd when they literally said, hey, you need to leave?
The founders did, and they made a country for people who did. And if you don't agree with that, you don't like God, or you don't see why too much freedom is...
He's everything now, like he's so fake. Everything about this guy.
Being an illegal alien. It's like it's just utterly belligerent. It's also immoral, totally evil. It's the worst kind of filth on the internet. I mean, that's what he always was. I don't know. Because I don't know him. I never even met him. Right? Like I don't get any of it. But it is what it is. We try and stay out of drama. We try and handle it like a pro.
Well, I've gotten to the point, I just don't want to know any of these people. You know? The people I've already gotten to know, great, but like I'm not looking to get to know any of these people. I don't want to go on their shows. I don't want to collab with them. I don't care. I don't want anything to do with this fucking world. I just want to talk and have my opinions and fuck off. You know, that's pretty much it.
But again, it's hard not to dunk a little bit and dance on a grave here. He was issued a final order of removal. He booked a flight. ICE is doing their job, picking up people at the airport. Laura Loomer called me during his psychotic drug-fueled crash out. And she's told me that he was an illegal alien. And that he was living in people's, homes and running from ICE, thoroughly enjoying Milo being detained and deported by ICE. DHS said he is a visa overstay, issued a deportation order by an immigration.
Hog Dog says, what time are you ending? I got shit to do.
Judge. And he is a national.
What do you mean, damn, Matt Moore's catching implicit strays? What are you talking about? I like Matt. Matt's got the same attitude as I do, right? Matt doesn't want to, collab with people and all that shit. We talked about this when we were hanging out, but, yeah, it's not like I'm going, hey, Matt, you want to come on my show so we can be friends? No, I'm cool with Matt, but being cool with somebody doesn't mean every time you fucking see them, you got to throw a camera in their fucking face. I'm so tired of influencers. I fucking hate influencers. Hey, I'm eating food. You want to see me eating food? No, fuck off. I don't want to see you eating food, you stupid fuck. I just want to hear you put the fries in the bag, deliver the news, and shut the fuck up.
Of the United Kingdom. Oof. Well, there you go. Life comes at you fast. Don't get your news from pedophile, apologist, illegal alien, drug addicts. That's maybe the moral of the story. Yes, I'm not sure if it fits on a Hallmark card, but boy howdy, is this all the news in the timeline?
It's been everywhere on my timeline.
Something very dark and evil was released after Charlie was killed, and
I don't think that anything dark was released when Charlie was killed. I think that it was an opportunity for the horrible people to show how horrible they are. I think they were always bad. They were always terrible, but they were good at hiding it. But Charlie Kirk's assassination allowed them to show everyone who they are. That is what happened. I don't think that it made things worse. It made things, I just think that it made these people, it gave them the confidence to show you who they are.
Made people go insane. And we're going to try not to go insane. We're going to try and do the Christian thing, which is to pray for our enemies, turn darkness into light through the power of Christ. And so, you know.
And here, this is it right here, okay? This is Milo, Fuentes, and Kanye. What is happening? Milo, Kanye, and Fuentes campaigning or getting Kanye's campaign together. I can't hear it. Hang on. I don't want to hear that music. So what a fucking disaster, dude. Hang on. Let's see if I can find this. Like how Kanye, Milo Yiannopoulos. So if you remember, this is the famous episode right here, the one where he walked out on Timcast, okay? Right here. Here we go.
Relaxed and enjoyed yourself. Over the past week, there was a particularly big news story that's resulted in a continued news cycle, which is now going on for over a week, which is in many ways unheard of. But right now, because Donald Trump went to dinner with Ye and Nick Fuentes, among others, he is now being denounced by Mike Pence, several Republican senators, and for whatever reason, this story, for many reasons I suppose people have made, this story has persisted till today. And we are able to actually sit down with several of the individuals involved in that story, notably Ye, Nick Fuentes, and Milo Yiannopoulos, of course, who made the dinner happen. It's my understanding, or at least got the.
I had the dinner invite before I met Milo.
Okay, my bad. There you go. So,
so I remember Milo basically saying that he used this to set Trump up, though. That's what I remember hearing. I don't know if it's true or what, but I remember Milo saying that he used this to set up Trump to get Trump caught up in all of this, if I'm not mistaken.
We're gonna jump right into this
just
story.
overcomplicated it.
Absolutely. So we're gonna start with that. And there's a lot we want to talk about. And you know what, man, this is a very big story. A lot of people have questions about, you know, what were Trump's intentions? Why were certain people invited? And Trump, of course, has issued statements. So a lot of people want to know where he stands and, more importantly, what happened there and why. And there's also the questions about what Ye 24 means. And I'll keep that a little bit vague so that they can answer to that and speak more to that. And then, of course, we're going to get into a lot of different issues. However, head over to timcast.com and become a member. We're going to have a number of other issues.
You got Kanye in the house, man.
We have Ye himself. Would you like to introduce yourself, good sir?
You did it.
There you go. I think everybody knows who you are. And which you gentlemen would like to introduce yourself?
Nicholas, please.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Nick Fuentes. First time here on the Timcast. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you do?
Oh, I'm a live streamer. I do a show called
This is more awkward than I remember. This is about as awkward as when Zack Snyder showed up on a stream and denounced Geeks and Gamers.
America First on cozy.tv.
All right. And of course, Milo, you were here a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I'm your best ever guest.
So we've been told that the episode with you was one of the best podcasts ever. People really enjoyed hearing you speak.
I think that's accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
thanks for coming back.
Thanks. I was wondering how I was going to make it even more extraordinary the second time I visited, but I think I might have pulled it off.
Luke's here.
Total Sausage Fest tonight. Welcome. My name is Luke Radowski of wearechange.org. Today I'm wearing my Didn't Epstein himself t-shirt, which you could get on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And I think we should be using that word a little bit more.
Dude, we are 3 minutes into a fucking episode with Kanye West, and they've talked about nothing. At this point, Kanye is completely checked out. He's like, what the fuck are we even doing? I'm Kanye fucking West. And we're 3 minutes into this shit and nobody's asked me a fucking question.
Just like, you know, this YouTube channel didn't Epstein itself. And if this YouTube channel is Epsteined, we will be streaming on Twitter.
Kanye has no idea what none of this shit means. Do you think he understands YouTubers tiptoeing around fucking terms of service? Do you think he gets any of that? Do you think he gives a fuck? Do you think this dude, Kanye West, gives a single fuck? Hey, Kanye, we have to tap dance around words so Google doesn't demonetize us. Read the room.
So yeah, I started a t-shirt company after YouTube demonetized me. So thebestpoliticalshirts.com, because you guys buy it. That's why I'm here. Thank you so much for having me.
And of course, Serge.
And I am Serge.com. Pleasure, guys.
All right. And I'll just pull up this story from The Hill, which is from earlier today, 5 p.m. Pence says Trump should apologize. It's wrong to give anti-Semite a seat at the table. This, of course, is related to a dinner that happened. And I was wrong a little on the details. So a dinner happened. Nick, you were there. Yay, you were there. I just want to start off by, how did this dinner come to happen, and what happened?
I was talking to Trump for about a month. We had scheduled the dinner in October, and then he announced for president. He pushed the dinner back to November. And I've been pulling together a campaign. And after I put up the DEF CON tweet, a bunch of people that have been canceled, like Alex Jones, I started getting in contact with other people that were now on the, the inside of the matrix. And Alex Jones, producer, said that Milo wanted to contact me. And
so we're learning something here. So Alex Jones, producer, connected Milo with Kanye. Interesting.
Here we are.
So that's how you guys got in contact.
Yeah, originally, and then I suggested that we bring in Nicholas as a enormous extra brain firepower that he is. Most extraordinarily brilliant political commentator of his generation, and he's been treated just about as badly as anybody. So I thought he deserved to be in the room too. And yeah, that's pretty much how we got together.
So I have some questions about that, but we'll get through the dinner portion of how exactly this happened, what went down. So this is how you get in contact, the three of you. How is it that Nick ends up invited to this dinner, and what happened?
Well, he was rolling with me. I was impressed with Nick, and I was like, just come to the dinner. And we had Karen Giorno pick us up from the airport. And there was a lot of back and forth. There's another gentleman named Jamar Montgomery that was with us. He's an engineer at Boeing, and I'm telling him we should raise everyone's volume. Okay, cool. And we sat there, and it was like when Trump came in, I said, do you want to sit alone? He's like, no, bring your friends in. So a big thing is like Trump had no idea who Nick Fuentes was. But this whole, I just got to go right to the heart of this anti-Semite claim that's happening. This is something, if you read the definition, it says you can't claim that.
Oh shit, here we go.
There's multiple people inside of banks.
How did he went like a hard turn, bro? He was just like, but I want to talk about like, whoa.
Or in media that are all Jewish, or you're anti-Semitic. And that's the truth. Like, it's the truth. What are we talking about? And
elaborate. What do you mean? You mean?
I'm saying like I've been labeled anti-Semite, right? So there's different beliefs about our bloodlines. Like the documentary that Kyrie posted. And in general, America has been left ignorant and history has been changed. So when we start questioning things that question the indoctrination, then you immediately get, you said debanked, or what did you say happened to you? Or
demonetized, deplatformed.
Demonized, demonetized. And what's so beautiful about this time is everyone got to see what's really been happening And now we can really understand. We can see that Ron Emanuel was right next to Obama, and then Jared Kushner was right next to Trump.
But so we're getting right into it, I guess, right? I was hoping to go for the news first before we got into all of this stuff. I think the issue is one way to put it is you're expounding upon a localization issue that you've witnessed, right? Let me clarify. There are a handful of people that you see are Jewish in a certain place, and then you associate Judaism with the power whereas I view that as not relevant to it. Like, yeah, you're substantially more powerful than I am, but I don't view what you're doing as an issue of black people.
Yeah, but have you ever heard the term the black vote? So it's okay to put us in one net, but it's not okay for me to put them in one net.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's the basis of the hypocrisy that people have been thinking about and knowing about and realizing for decades. We were all wondering how this dam was going to break. Everybody in the country was wondering, what is the root of this hypocrisy? Why can people talk about white people a certain way? Why can't they talk about that group a certain way? And the wretched and wicked and oppressive prevailing orthodoxy of cancel culture. Well, it turned out that the one thing that was going to break the dam was the biggest star in the world, and it took the biggest star in the world to do it. And now the dam is broken.
So let me tell you my issue. I don't like identitarianism. You guys are familiar with what that is?
Well, they started it, and they've been visiting on us. We're trying to break it.
When I was asking you about running for president, you immediately said, well, you'd be good for the black vote. And I said, is that because I'm black? No, not just because of that. So is that. Are you doing the same thing?
I didn't say that was the only reason. I said it was because you're personable to the common person, and you probably would do well with the black vote. Absolutely.
Just because I'm black, because a lot of black people don't like me.
Of course. I think race plays a role in a lot of things. Absolutely. And I think
this was always going to go sideways, because it's about to go sideways here in just a minute. I don't remember how far into this, but it's about to go sideways. And I think we're close. I can't remember specifically, but this was always going to happen.
I think that's for
I think the construct of race has really been forced upon us as just something for us to be woke about and just constantly talk about and use it as these like walls.
Could you say the same thing about Judaism?
Well, let's look at the facts of what I'm saying, though. If you say in this neighborhood where
now again, so this was in 2022 or whatever. Hasn't Kanye White? He's like apologized for all the anti-Jew stuff, right? And he's like went to all these Jewish leaders and he's like, apologized and given them money or some shit. Like, am I right about that? I think he has.
Gerrymander this amount of time. So hey, I was just gerrymandering the lawyers and the Hollywood executives and the people at the bank that debanked me and then froze my accounts. It's like we want to jump into protecting the idea that we can't put a net around something, right? But that's been my job as a producer, to take a Roy Ayers sample and put a James Brown drum and put it within a 2-minute, 3-minute song. That's the way I actually think, and that's the way I talk. And now this morning, I found out that they were trying to put me in prison because what they did was I moved $140 million into JP Morgan. And I said, I want to talk to Jamie Dimon. Like, look at me. I'm just going in naive, multi-billionaire, like, maybe Jamie Dimon will let me in on some deal flow. Wrong. And I'm just like banging.
That's a lot of fake laughter right there. That's a lot of fake laughter. Kanye, you're so funny.
My hand's like, I want to meet with Jamie. And I start complaining online, and then they debank me for complaining. And so I'm about to get debanked. They're like, you need to go to Trump's, the bank, AXO, whatever, you got to go. And I'm like, I've been trying to buy my own bank for the longest. And then we figured out how to get my own bank. It's like 50 million, 75 million. So I'm about to buy my own bank. But then as they're about to take the money out, here comes Adidas with a $275 million bill for marketing funds that they agreed upon. Because I said to them, hey,
we gotta get to the point. I can't keep sitting through this. What timestamp does Kanye walk out on?
up with that.
They said I was just a child, basically. Like when you become famous, you stop growing.
I can't. This is painful.
Next year I was supposed to make $500 million in royalties, and like no one needs
that's 100%.
this amount
you can
of money.
Absolutely feel.
But when I would work on homeless shelters and ideas, I'd have a contractor. We won't say what race, and they'd be tearing down the contracts. It's all about position. It's not about the amount of money that you have. And, to come in here, I feel like it's a setup to be like defending. I'm not going to go through I'm literally going to walk the F off the show if I'm sitting up here having to, talk about, you can't say that it was Jewish people that did it when every sensible person knows that. I mean, Jon Stewart knows what happened to me, and they took it too far. It was like American History X. Like my head was on the side of the curve, and the exact people that I called out kicked my head. We found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian.
We're getting close. He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on psyops in the Canadian military. This is
just for the context for people are like, why the hell is Jeremy watching this shit? Milo is the reason all of this happened. Milo's the guy. A lot of you didn't know who Milo was. Milo Yiannopoulos, who was just deported as an illegal alien from the United States of America. He's the reason all of this got set up. He set up Trump with the dinner, and then he set up this to have Kanye on the show with Nick Fuentes. He was pulling all of the strings. The dude was well connected.
Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me, and they when I asked them how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly, it took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount. Right. And I refuse to take this. Right.
We're getting close.
You understand.
So here in just a minute, Kanye walks off because Tim won't say, I think it's because Kanye was like, who is they? Because Tim was talking about they are going to do this. And Kanye's like, who is they? And Tim wouldn't say it. So Kanye walks off.
Of course, yeah.
And everybody follows him.
She was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way, but 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
You mentioned Pasternak was the name?
You said it was Alex's producer who connected Milo to Kanye. I didn't say that. They said that on this show. So that doesn't change the fact that Milo still set up the dinner with Trump, and Milo still set up this appearance with Kanye on Timcast.
Yes, Harley Pasternak. That's the text message that you posted that we were talking about before.
Here's
the lobotomy thread.
Yeah. Before the show, obviously, I'm getting a bunch of messages from people. People are hitting me up, and they're like, "You shouldn't host them. They're anti-Semitic. They're white supremacists. They're racist." I do find the idea. I do find it funny or weird, or whatever, that Nick, they call you a white supremacist. You're here working with or for one of the most powerful black men, one of the wealthiest and most famous, but. A lot of people were saying on the right specifically, don't platform them. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I want to understand what they're thinking and why they're thinking it. They're they're involved in what may be the biggest news story of the past week, and we have an opportunity to sit down and talk.
Because the red media controls both sides. It just said it as simple as possible. Jared Kushner was next to Trump. Ron Emanuel was next to Obama. But since 1940, go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't that an issue of these individuals? Like you're extrapolating.
I'm not happy.
Kanye is being interrupted by a podcaster. And you already see he's getting pissed off because he's like, go ahead. You're interrupting Kanye fucking West.
Simple as possible. Jared Kushner was next to Trump. Ron Emanuel was next to Obama. But since 1940, go ahead.
I was going to say, isn't that an issue of these individuals? Like you're extrapolating.
I'm not having. I'm going to order with the last of my money that's available in a different account. I'm going to order a PJ before I sit and have another Lex Friedman setup conversation. When I'm literally they're trying to put me in jail for my opinion.
But I'm not
going to have that opinion. I don't care about people. Those are bots that are trying to tell you. We realize, look at Pence. He sold Trump out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would have never wanted to do anything that hurt Trump. I'm on Trump's side. Trump said things that hurt me. He lied about me, but I mean, he's known for lying. And when people used to tell me that, he's a liar, it's like, I went into the trenches for Trump. That's another conversation. There was no one in my position that wore that hat. And all of my surroundings exhausted me. It was like death by 1,000 questions. I know I'm jumping to another thing, but what I'm saying is I know you got a rep for your people online, but it's you got a person in real life that I'm not with it, bro. I lost the money for the freedom of speech. And that's what makes me the only American that we know that really deserves to run the country, because everyone else, your boy DeSantis, Trump, whoever they
I forgot Fuentes was there. I forgot. He hasn't said a fucking word.
Raising a petri dish over on the Democrat side is going to play the game.
Look,
and
here's what I was trying to get to. You went right into the anti-Semite thing. I think it's something that should be talked about. But if you start bringing this up, you're going to ask my opinion on it. I'm going to disagree with you.
I didn't ask your opinion on it. You jumped into it.
But I don't
care about your opinion. I like your opinion on how we win an election, but I don't care about anybody's opinion, bro. I lost. They tried to put me in jail. They blocked $2 billion I had. Like what I told Farrakhan, I said, look, is it anti-Semitic for me to say his name out loud? Like I told
minister.
Yeah, the minister. Like I told
Obama met with him too.
Oh, he was. Yeah, I mean the Jewish people allowed Obama to meet with the minister. So Farrakhan said, well, did he have the money? The contract for the next 4 years, if I hadn't done anything, would have been $500 million a year for 4 years. What I was fighting for was the IP, so my children could, I'm sorry, just sometimes I think about 7 thoughts at one time.
Because it's because you were about to burp, bro. Like that's what was about to happen. You're about to burp. I heard you.
Dollars a year for 4 years. What I was fighting for was the IP, so my children could, I'm sorry, just sometimes I think about 7 thoughts at one time, because anything I see, I come up with like 7 answers to it and then just choose what it is. But the thing is, when I said my children, the reason why my brain kind of blocked, because it's like God is saying, your children are going to be okay. Baby mama's got money, right? God is using me. He's breaking me down, removing all of the, richest person, all of this, so I can serve him. And the more and more those things are taken away from me, the more I can be empty and be a vessel and be able to be used. And right now it's like, you're not going to take, if we can't, you're not going to take my pain away, right? The Jewish people say, it's the Holocaust, this happened, and you can't say anything about it. We can't take their pain away. No one's going to denounce the fact that they tried to lock me up. That's what, because every time I'm just holding stride, and it's like, I thought I was more Malcolm X, but I find out I'm more MLK, because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press and financially, I'm just standing there. And when I found out that they tried to put me in jail, it was like a dog was biting my arm, and I almost shed a tear, almost, but I still walked in stride through it. Yeah,
I think they've been extremely unfair to you.
Who was they though? We can't say who they is.
Corporate press. I'm not using I don't use the word as the way I guess you guys use. I'm talking.
It is
about
them though, isn't it? I mean, because because when you think about it, consider it. In 2018.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about? Are you leaving?
Are you afraid of the press?
He's gone. I'll say it right now. You guys want to bring that stuff up? And then
have
think
the
we're not going to have a conversation.
Like have the discussion.
Like you think he's going to come in here and say, "Here's my pain, here's my suffering." I'm going to say, "I hear you," and then he's going to say, "And it was Jewish people," and I'm going to be like, "Okay, but don't you consider?" It's like, I'm not going to do this. I refuse.
Make sure he's cool.
All right, go for it. Luke and I will have a conversation. So I can't say I'm surprised. What do I even do? Other than ask him, please elaborate on this. Are you referring to individuals? Or are you quite literally blaming an entire group of people for the fact that powerful individuals are causing you harm.
I really wanted to ask Nick about his thoughts about MLK, because I know they contradict his comments about that. But again, these are mass generalizations that don't really help anyone in my perspective. They just kind of sound.
So that's kind of it. Like, they all just walked out. As soon as Kanye got up, they all followed. They just ran out. As soon as Kanye got up, they all just ran behind him. And I just kind of wanted to see that again, because what a disaster that was. So that was it. Kanye got mad because Tim wouldn't say who they are. And welcome to the story of Milo Yiannopoulos, who just got deported today. And wow, what a disaster. Follow the money. I don't really blame, like, look, Tim did the best he could in that situation. I actually think he handled it fairly well, but overall, it was always going to end just like that. It was always going to end like that. So there you have it right there. Let me catch up here. We got Cosmic Cowboy for 20 says, I always thought Milo was bad for the right and just a really weird person. Also, today's my birthday, the big 35. I think I am starting to feel my age now. I hope you have been having a good Friday, Jeremy. Well, first of all, thank you and happy birthday. I appreciate it for letting us know. In the chat, we'll wish you happy birthday. 35. Yeah, I mean, I'm in my mid 40s and I'm still not feeling it yet. I don't know why. I don't know how I've gotten away with feeling young. Like I still feel young, and I don't know. I still put in, I'm still very active. I'm always out there focusing on getting my 15, 20,000 steps a day. Eating my Culvers. I don't eat Culvers as much as I used to, though. So maybe that's a drawback of getting old. I'm not sure. Try running. I will run occasionally, but I've never, it's just when I'm walking, I'm able to be on my phone so I can look up stories and follow things on the internet. Running, I can't really do that when I'm running. But happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Our Jeremy's getting old. Yeah, I'm getting real old. Ironworks Gaming for $10 says, are you going to watch Transformers 1986 4K in select theaters this weekend? AMC and others. They are adding a new ending and an all-new footage G.I. Joe movie. I hope next month. Thanks, bro. 199. I will not get a chance to. I don't know if it's here in Orlando or not. I will assume it probably is available in Orlando. If they play the G.I. Joe movie, I will watch that. 100% in theaters. 100%. That would be awesome. Incoherent name for 10 says both Candace and Milo are connected to Britain. Forget Israel. When are we going to talk about the redcoats interfering in our politics? Yep. Joe Bent says ordered a single with mushroom and raw onion, single with cheese, lettuce, and pickles. The staff was 84% white. In-N-Out was across the street. All right. Those are good. Those are good. That's good information right there. So I wish you would have had a better time, but yeah, you got to try it again, man. Culver's is, I've only had a handful of bad experiences at Culver's. It's like batting like 95% there. You know what I mean? Narco says Xcast greater than CobraCast. Bad Jer is streaming over his bros, Nolan and Beggar. I stream over everybody. Scully in the house with a $50 super chat says, hail chat. Happy Friday to everyone. Thank you, Scully. Good meeting you in Vegas. It was awesome. You guys were the best. Scully, chat's happy. Scully's here. Marcus Holiday says that, did you see the new oil deal we signed with Venezuela that was announced today? I did see that. I absolutely did. And I actually had, let me see if I had a video to pull up on that. I know that I had one. I don't know where it's at right now, but yes, I did see it. Zenny Business says left, right, or center. You overstay, you get deported. Simple as that. Matt Fleming says he's not conveniently leaving out. He's actively lying about it. This proves Alex cannot be trusted anymore. Even if we should, we should ever have trusted him. Even if we ever should have trusted him. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, he's been doing that for a while now, man. It's really sad. It's really sad. Brother Crew of the Night says, hail Daniel Moore in the snake pit and Cole Hauser. Ministry of Wrong Things says, the chat is the cream of the pie. Hail the 199. Dan Campbell says, crackers, y'all be cracking, y'all. Dan Campbell says, I have this theory. If Thanos snapped his fingers and all the people who like rap music suddenly disappeared, there'd be peace on Earth, or at least in the U.S. Jim P says, boring Tim cast ever. I mean, most boring Tim cast ever. Storm Shadow says, listening to Kanye talk is like Beardo reading super chats. Damn. That's pretty savage. Shaky Owens says, have you had Dave's Hot Chicken? It's pretty good. The sliders are dope. I have never been there. I've heard good things about it, but I have never personally been there. So I might have to check it out on your recommendation. I will let you know if I do get a chance. Okay, so there's been a lot of controversy because Jelly Roll has been catching a lot of heat because he went on and filled in for Jimmy Kimmel and he made some Trump jokes. And now there's been a lot of controversy around it. And I think it's pretty funny how he is handling it. So Jelly Roll says he's done letting people put a political label on him. What that means is that he doesn't want to be known as MAGA, just to be clear. Before this week, everybody thought I was MAGA, and now they think I'm some sort of liberal snowflake. After facing backlash over his political jokes, the country star says he's attending the UFC. Attending the UFC event at the White House doesn't mean he supports everything the administration does. Just as hosting a late night show doesn't mean that he shares all of the host politics. Jelly Roll, who regained his right to vote after receiving a pardon in 2025, says he plans to cast a ballot this November while pushing a broader message. Human dignity isn't Republican nor Democrat. I am so tired. Like, I heard his joke and I specifically said, I don't really care about the joke, man. He's just making jokes. When you say something as gay as this, I'm done. Human dignity. Shut the fuck up. You want to talk about human dignity? Look at what the Democrats have done to this fucking country. You don't get the right to talk about human dignity and then try to act like you're not disgusted by the Democrats. On his late night hosting of Jimmy Kimmel, Jelly Roll went back to pretending to be a on his last night hosting the Jimmy Kimmel show, Jelly Roll went back to pretending to be a God-fearing, gospel-loving man and doing his victim crying bit. He was also spotted on the street saying he is now looked at as more of a criminal than he was when he was a criminal. With that, I wrap up the week of Jelly Roll post. He's a fraud, and whatever happens to the rest of his life is between him and God. So what does he say right here?
More like a crazy. Listen, the last time I was looked at like a criminal this bad, I was an actual criminal this bad.
Right. I was scared to tell this story. It's so personal. My father, Buddy D. Ford, God rest his soul.
Oh, so he's trying to pull the victim card now. He's trying to pull the emotional card now. See, this is where, like, again, I didn't have a problem with his joke. I just said, like, whatever, who cares? Now you're gonna pull this when you're literally on the Jimmy Kimmel show. Like, oh my God, dude. I'm so tired of the, like, I don't agree with everything. No one does. But that right there is it just shows where he just is worried about what people think about him. He is so concerned what people think about him, mainly the mainstream and the Democrats. That's who he's concerned with. He's more worried about what they think about him than anyone else. That's his big concern right there. What kind of name is Jelly Roll? I mean, I've never had a problem with this dude, man. I didn't even have a problem with his joke. But if he's playing this victim bullshit now, then yes, I have a problem with that. Human dignity isn't Republican nor Democrat. That is such a gay comment. Shut the fuck up. This is nothing but a fucking virtue signal. Human dignity. Do you think human dignity requires letting illegal aliens into our country and murdering women and children? Do you think that's human dignity, you motherfucker? I'm so tired of this, man. Human dignity. You literally have illegal aliens running around in this country killing Americans, and you want to talk about human dignity. Joe Biden let the fucking border wide open. Oh my God, these people drive me crazy, man. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out because that story was going around and people were talking about it. But you know, look, man, if you want to, there is a new late night host. I think this guy has potential. Okay. I think this guy has potential. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is the guy that's apparently going to take over late night television right here. Okay.
Rosie O'Donnell looked in the camera and said, "Hi, I know you're watching." Yeah, Rosie, I was watching. I watched a 64-year-old woman who fled the country come back to America for 4 nights of free television. That's not courage. That's a booking. That woman has a thesaurus, a grudge, and way too much free time. She's not roasting me. She's naming ice cream flavors. Then Rosie said I brought her back. Rosie, I didn't bring you back. ABC did. Late night is so desperate, they'll give a week to anybody who still hates me out loud. She said I spent more nights with her this week than my own wife. Rosie, if I spent 1 night with you, they'd have to evacuate the hotel. And then she sang about my hair, Obama, and told me to resign. Listen to me carefully. You moved to Ireland. You came back for a guest host week. You sang a folk song for the President of the United States. And the punchline is, I'm the one who should resign. She said if the U.S. is in charge of the Strait of Hormuz, then she's straight. Rosie, nobody asked you to face it. We already knew. You've been
AI is terrifying, dude. It's absolutely scary. Can you imagine how much more advanced this is going to be in the next year, 2 years, 5 years?
Facing it into a camera since 1996. And the line she thought was a kill shot. Right now he's in the White House crying because I haven't mentioned him. Rosie, I mentioned you for 20 years. You became relevant again the second I stopped. That's not a roast. That's a hostage situation with your own career. Jelly Roll got up here in a suit he bought at Bass Pro Shop and said, in the last few years, I've lost 300 pounds. That means I've lost an entire Donald Trump. Based on his approval ratings, it seems like most of the country wants to do the same thing. Then he looked at the camera and said, from one fat pig to another. Trust me, you'll be happy to see your penis again. Hold on. A man named Jelly Roll, whose entire brand is I used to be 540 pounds and I sold drugs, is giving the President of the United States a TED Talk on fitness and genitals. But you still look like somebody took a honey-baked ham, handed a 6-year-old a Sharpie and said, go crazy. Then they sent the ham to county, gave it a guitar, taught it 3 chords, and said, every time you see a camera, cry about Jesus and pills. He mocked me waving a flag. What a shit job. How do you fuck up waving a flag? Jelly, you spent 2 decades waving white flags at every bad decision you ever made. Don't talk to me about flags. Jelly, you got a whole week of headlines because you said penis on ABC. That's not bravery. That's Tuesday for a guy with your resume. Then you said you don't even treat yourself with reverence and dignity. Jelly, we know. Your face has been testifying against you for years.
The fact that he could pull that, like the fact that Trump could actually pull this off is crazy. And yes, I agree. Trump would be funnier if it was really Trump. There's 100%. Like, it wasn't that funny, but you know, it just, you know, it was funny, but it wasn't that funny. But we're going to have to move on to something that isn't funny here in just a minute. But first, let me read some super chats. Andrew 32 says that Royce White courtside in Indiana with a wig on. Really? I'll have to check that out. By the way, I missed your super chat earlier or last night during the gaming stream, but I got it later on. I hope you were still around when I got to that, man. Sorry I missed that. Justin Horton for 20 says, I don't care too much about what celebrities say either, but dude, what the heck did you think would happen going on Jimmy Kimmel and saying Trump jokes? You can't do dumb moves like that and then be shocked at the backlash. I know. I mean, it would be like me building up a channel for years calling out like wokeness and identity politics and then liking a movie like The Odyssey and being confused as to why people were mad. Like it would never, I'd never do that. You know, that would never happen with me. You know, like self-awareness is crucial and you have to have that. So you can't be surprised when you've built your entire channel off that and then you have an opinion that goes completely against what you built it off of. You know what I mean? It was got to have some self-awareness. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Joe Bitt says the jelly roll used to rap with 3-6 Mafia and Bubba Sparks. I know both of those names. I didn't know he rapped with them though. I had no idea. No clue. Okay, so moving into some disturbing news. Well, first, before we get into the disturbing news, obviously something that's been going around the last few weeks is this horrible story about Lindsay Clancy, the mother who killed her 3 kids. And it has been a pretty big disaster, everything surrounding that. And with all of these women, these true crime women that have been fully invested in it and they want her to be freed and all of that, it's opened up a huge discussion. And now we get this story right here. Mother shoots her 11-month-old baby in the face, says it was worth it because the boy's father would never be able to see him. She's been convicted of the horrific killing in New Mexico. Yeah.
A mother who admitted to killing her baby in New Mexico has pled guilty to murder. In December of last year, Grants County deputies say Madeline Daly was on the run from Wyoming after she kidnapped her 11-month-old son. Deputies say they found Daly at an RV outside of Silver City where she barricaded herself inside. Deputies say Daly shot and killed her son during a standoff. Daly pled guilty to murder. She is facing a life sentence.
There is evil in the world. I don't think you can call that one a copycat. I think this happened a while back. But we're starting to see more concerning things. This is the mother that slit the throats of her 3 children after telling their father, say goodbye to your kids. Her 5-month-old, her 3-year-old died, but a 1-year-old survived after surgery. The horrific attack happened on August 6th, just as the media and the internet was heavily focused on reporting on the murder of Lindsay Clancy.
The mother had locked herself in the home with her 3 children and was going to kill them. On arrival, officers heard assault happening inside the home and forced their way in, finding 3 children ages 5, 1, and 3. 5 months, 1 and 3, with serious injuries. 22-year-old Kaylee Earhart, the mother of the 3 children, have been placed under arrest and is currently being held at Burley Morton Detention Center pending formal charges. At this time, we can share that the 5-month-old and the 3-year-old have
Username on YouTube says my soul can't take paying attention to this stuff. I totally understand, man. It is rough. It is rough to even talk about this stuff. It really is. River Miles for $100 says that somebody get these beggars out of here, including the fats. Is that what you're trying to say, River Miles? I think. But yeah, I mean, the bigger story here, thank you, River Miles. The bigger story here is it's the Candace Owens mentality that is bleeding all through content creation. And it's everywhere now, man. And I just have to, I am starting to see things so clearly about where we're heading with this online world, where we are moving away from reality and we are moving into fantasy culture. This is Candace Owens is operating the best rated television show on the internet right now. The problem is the people that are consuming that product don't understand that they are watching fantasy. They think they are watching true reality that's actually happening. They believe that. They truly do, because Candace is making them think that. And a lot of these people are so lost because this is the world that they want to be in. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. And so, and it's not just Candace, by the way. This has been building for a while. It's been building for a long time. And people are really, really attached to whatever their creator of choice tells them. And in the moment that creator tells them that something they don't want to hear, they just find someone else that does tell them what they want to hear. And Candace knows that very well. That's why she does not deviate from the plan. She knows what her audience wants, and she gives them exactly what they want. And it doesn't matter how many people she hurts. Thank you, River Miles, confirming yes. I appreciate it. And she doesn't care. And I think that this is going to be the new norm moving forward with the social media online content creation, because it makes money. It sells. And people see that and they want to emulate that. And they're going to continue to throw out these crazy scenarios. Candace has proven nothing. And we're almost at a year after Charlie's assassination. We're close. We're like, what, 2 weeks away from the year anniversary of Charlie Kirk's assassination? God, it's been a year. Oh my God, it's been a year. And to be fair, as much as I'm claiming Candace Owens and all that, I think people need to understand the substantial damage that places like the manosphere has created as well, just on the opposite side of things. Like the Andrew Tate bullshit. Andrew Tate was lying to people. He was a professional wrestler. That's what he was. And what I mean by that is he was playing a part. He was literally lying. He was literally lying about his lifestyle, about the things that he was doing. He was just lying. But he was good at what he did. He was entertaining. He was articulate. He said the things people wanted to hear. He was well-spoken. He had a lot of charisma. And people ate it up. Hell, I found it to be entertaining for a while there. I was like, this guy's entertaining as hell. He's full of shit, but he's entertaining, making great points because he understood the meta. He understood the things that needed to be said and how to say it. And it worked. It made him a megastar online. Huge. Made a ton of money. What didn't he have? Hustlers University, his online school where he was like teaching men how to be successful, and you had to sign up for it or some shit like that. So it's crazy, man. And I don't know how that moves us. I don't know how we move forward into that. How is the online discussion going to progress as we move forward? And I don't know. It's a messy, dirty, nasty fucking world. That's for sure. Let me get this evil person's face off the screen. Nobody wants to look at that anymore. Elite Super Grunt says my favorite fig. Thank you. Appreciate it. Party like it's 199. That's right. That is correct. Now, I did see this right here, which was funny. I don't know who this guy is, but we've talked about him a little bit. This Jake Lang guy. This guy, this guy's always involved in some crazy shit online. He's always out there doing something crazy. Jake Lang is now outside the Lindsay Clancy trial. Why? He has a sign that says, "We used to burn witches at the stake." Good Lord. Oh, man. Without naming names, some of these, thank goodness you're going to hear me say something that I rarely don't say. Thank goodness for Ryan Kennel. The reason is I have a lot of these people reach out to me and want to connect with me. And anytime there's somebody who has a big following and I don't know who they are, and I send it to Ryan, and I'm like, Ryan, who is this? He goes, stay away. Stay away. This person's involved in this, and this, and they were involved in this, and this, and this, and this. I'm like, okay, thank you. Ryan knows every fucking thing. Like, no bullshit. Ryan has more useless knowledge than any person, and I am able to use his useless knowledge. Ryan has saved me from so many trash fires on the internet. You have no fucking clue. Like, you, one day, maybe one day in the future, I will tell you all the trash fires that Ryan has kept me away from. Because if it wasn't for him, there's so many people I would have collaborated with, not having a clue who the fuck they are, not understanding the internet, blood sports, and all of that shit. I have stayed so far away from it because of him. But I see all these, these things going on, and I'm just like, I want nothing to do with this, man. Not one single bit. Now Matt Walsh says it perfectly after Lindsay Clancy is reported to be scared and nervous during the jury deliberations. Her children were also scared while their mom slowly executed each one of them. She's not the victim. 100%. She is not the victim. Now, from what I understand, and let me pull this up, from what I understand, the jury is out for the weekend. So there's not going to be a decision until potentially sometime next week from, let me see, where did it go? Trying to find it. I had the clip, but I can't find it at this moment. What an evil person this woman was. Let's see. Lindsay Clancy. Too much true crime fantasy. For some women, apparently. Yes. All right, here it is right here. The Lindsay Clancy jury has been dismissed for the weekend as they've reached no verdict after 2 days of deliberating. This is ridiculous. This is not a difficult case. Lindsay Clancy murdered her 3 children. Simple as that. What is the hang up? The hang up is you got 12 people on the jury and you have 9 women. That's the hang up right there. That's the hang up. And I think right now, I haven't been following this case that closely, but my gut feeling is they're not going to convict her. Now, does that mean she goes to a crazy house or whatever? I have no idea, but my gut feeling is that she's not going to be convicted. That's a scary, scary situation. Exactly, Scully. You would think they would want to protect the children. You would think. It would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? But apparently not. Insane. My God. Over on Rumble, we got Johnny Witzkid says, doing something crazy, so wish me luck on this. From this day till November 5th, I'm putting all my paychecks on Ken Paxton. It seems like an easy bet. There's no way he can lose. I'll be able to gift you $500. I mean, Trump is there, and Trump is Trump has said, hey, just pretend I'm on the ballot. Here it is right here. Trump says, just pretend I'm on the ballot.
Tonight, President Trump is trying to make sure his formidable political coattails stretch all the way to Texas in November. The president spending time in Houston today after working to boost Republican Senate nominee Ken Paxton last night. And while he's shoring up support on the campaign trail, he's also showing his support for Americans who are literally out of this world. All of this coming as progressive Democrats seek to widen their influence in an already divided party ahead of the midterms. We have Fox team coverage. Mark Meredith in Washington with a big rally in D.C. by some of the far left's biggest stars. We begin, though, with senior White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich following the President's Day from the North Lawn. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening, Brett. President Trump might have a busy October, potentially a rally a day in the most competitive midterm states, because he believes the secret sauce to winning is to campaign like he's on the ballot himself.
When Trump's on the ballot, they win. When he's not on the ballot, the people don't go to vote. I'm asking.
When Trump's on the ballot, we win. This dude is just next level.
When Trump's on the ballot, they win. When he's out of the ballot, the people don't go to vote. I'm asking the people to get out and vote, pretend I'm on the ballot.
Republicans need to get out the vote to hold on to congressional majorities. But the other key to stunting Democrat dreams of investigations and possible impeachment is a big cash infusion. In Houston, President Trump headlined an RNC
Not yet, Scully.
fundraiser
Not yet.
reportedly charging $88,000 for photo ops and $10,000 to get in the door. And while President Trump recently dipped into his war chest to clear Senator Darlene Graham's primary contest, the New York Times reports Republicans are now hoping for an even greater level of support for Mr. Paxton after Fox Power Rankings downgraded the Senate race from lean Republican to a toss-up. Democrats are seizing on a Texas-sized opening.
People are not happy with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not popular in Texas right now. In fact, if you look at the polls, he's under.
Yeah, we've heard that one before. Yeah, Trump's not popular, guys. People don't like Donald Trump, guys. Okay, yeah. Okay, sure.
In Texas, because he betrayed farmers. It's why James Tallarico is in a toss-up race.
While in the Lone Star State, the president also took time to speak with the astronauts aboard the International Space Station.
I have a couple of people here that are very special to two people at least. And you want to say hello? Come on over.
Hi, babe. Have a good time up there. We'll see you soon.
It's not bad, right? How could I let them stand here?
Trump awarded the Artemis II crew members the Congressional Space Medal of Honor for their journey around the moon earlier this year and launched plans for the U.S. Space Academy, saying space has become critical to U.S. military operations.
We're getting so much of our information from Space Force, as an example. Makes us a much better military. You look at Venezuela, so much of that information came from space. And all the attacks are, you look at our blockade, which is incredible. It's so successful, being helped by space.
We're getting a glimpse at next week's calendar. The president's super PAC, MAGA Inc., says the vice president will headline an event in Michigan on Monday to boost several Republicans there. A spokesman confirmed.
The campaigns are back. All right, we're gonna be covering as many as we can here on CobraCast, but going into the midterms, campaigns are back. Trump is out there full force. It's gonna be awesome.
Multiple battleground events ahead of November, and the super PAC has about $400 million on hand to spend down. Brett.
All right, there we go, right there. So Trump is handling business. So Banish the show says so many foreign influence ops on the so-called right, especially over the past 15 years, taking people's legit gripes, then steering the whole narrative. You said it, sir. Sad but true. Sad but true. Storm Shadow says FBI stats say moms do 55% child homicides. Toxic feminism is evil and excused. If the dad did it, he'd be guilty and fried by now. You are correct. You are unfortunately correct about the difference in the perception. Phil says, do they not realize that when all of them say Trump is not popular, that just makes him more popular? I don't think they get it, man. I really don't. I think they just, they haven't learned. It's been over a decade of this shit, and they still haven't learned. Over a decade. And they're still making the same mistakes. TDS is broken them, man. Narco says, if Lindsay Clancy doesn't get life in prison, I'd be happy to give her the 556 chair. I have 3 kids. They are my life's work no matter what. Yeah, I mean, it's I can't say what I think should happen to that woman, but it ain't good. And I think everybody in the chat agrees with me here, because it's insane, man. It really is. How do we live in a world where these people are having any sympathy towards this evil person? But at the same time, when I say that, let me show you. We also live in this world right here, okay? Let me show you. Yeah, it's shocking, to say the least. Here it is. We live in a world where I thought this was a joke when I saw it earlier. And when I saw it, and I said, there's no way this is a real story. And then I remember that Brad Pitt story from last year or whatever, when a bunch of when a bunch of women sent money to this guy who was claiming he was Brad Pitt. And I'm like, okay, I guess it is legit. This is a hell of a story right here. The man who faked an entire career as a 49ers player and then defrauded 26 women out of more than 1.3 million might be the craziest NFL story of the year.
According to the feds over the past 4 years, the man behind me has pretended to be in the NFL. He convinced over 25 women that he was a wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. He would then sleep with them and then steal their money. He stole upwards of $1.2 million of women throughout 4 separate states. The man who took his 49ers helmet everywhere with him convinced the women that they would get insane returns on investments and even had women take out loans for him. Now, you may be thinking, wow, fraudster of the year, schemer of the decade. But the feds see this and say, man, you're going to jail. Here's the Instagram that Dejan Love ran, where he convinced over 25 women that he played in the NFL. Grind, don't stop. NFL wide receiver at 49ers, undrafted, trust God. He even pretended to be a Fabletics partner. Here's a look at some of his Instagram stories. NFL journey, beach work, free agency, tough, Super Bowl, year 1. This man was very deep into this scheme. As you can see, he even got a cake of his fake jersey with his name on the back of it for the 49ers, of course. Even has a photo on his Instagram with...
Yes, and this is the biggest problem right here, what Phil says. Everyone in this can vote. That's the problem right there. All of these people can vote.
His mother, never possible without Mom Dukes, almost saying, hey, I wouldn't have made it to the league without my mom. This may not even be his mom. That may be a paid actress. He had videos of himself running routes on beach sand. His video is crazy. I don't want to victim blame, but there were a lot of indicators throughout his Instagram that he was not an actual NFL wide receiver. Oh, man, I mean, it's pretty easy to find out if somebody's actually...
I mean, if you know, and again, I'm not expecting any of the people that he's defrauding to understand, but if you watch that route run, you know he ain't an NFL player right there.
In the NFL or not. There are a lot of red flags that should have went off for the 25 or 26 women that were defrauded throughout this. I don't know why you didn't think, wait a second, why is an NFL player asking me for money? Don't you have your own money? But I will continue to show you the scheme.
Well, you would think that's kind of funny, right? Yeah. Why would an NFL player be asking for money? Well, I mean, why would Brad Pitt be asking women for money online? Woman scammed into believing she was dating Brad Pitt, divorced her husband, and transferred over $800,000. These are the pictures that he sent her. This woman thought Brad Pitt was in the fucking hospital. I'm going to quit being a YouTuber. I'm just going to be a fake Brad Pitt. It pays better. I could buy a fucking Cybertruck with that money. Right there. This is bullshit. I sit here and get abused by my chat every day. I get name called. I mess up on words and then I get roasted. I get memes made of me by Tree Bear. And this whole time I could have just been faking being Brad Pitt and made $800,000 fucking dollars. This isn't even good Photoshop. But anyway, back to this.
That he ran. He even somehow convinced Google AI that he was on the 49ers. Dejan Love is a wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. This is from his Instagram. Love had romantic relationships with many of the victims and told them he wanted to build wealth and a future together. He would then have them invest in these fake things. He would take their money and they would just leave down. Look at this. The visor's not even on, bro. The visor's not even on, bro. Make matters worse, he had an accomplice that was 18 years old, according to the New York Post. He was his investment advisor. The scheme started in 2022. So that means that these women were not only being defrauded and schemed by a fake NFL player, but by a 14-year-old. Here's a photo that he would show the woman of his bank account. This is an unreal photo because at the top, it just says World Bank.
World Bank, baby.
My bank's the world, man. Authorities said he never returned any money, and not one of the victims ever said they got a return on it. This man was the devil. Fully suggest going on his Instagram and checking out all the content he has. He was fully in character. Here's a part of his story from his NFL journey, which he, of course, made up. There's no indication he ever played football in his life. But listen to this.
49ers, and I ended up getting my bad. I'm in my new McLaren, and it's just real touch and go.
My bad. I mean,
it's just Andrew Tate's all it is, man. He's just pulling the Andrew Tate.
in my new McLaren, it's just really touch and go. Unreal stuff. He was arrested on Monday in Idaho. Quite the week for the 49ers, by the way. I know this guy made it up, but who's having a worse week, him or the owner? But yeah, you'll probably.
Yeah, so the 49ers owner earlier this week got busted trying to pick up a $140 hooker. Not making that up. I'm not making that up at all. Hang on. Oh, man. Let's see right here. Here it is. 49ers owner Jed York responded to an ad on a prostitution website and arranged for a $140 sexual encounter. What? You gotta be kidding me, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Here's the body cam footage.
Hands. Don't move. Don't do anything.
Why is how much is this man worth? Hang on. Jed York net worth. His net worth, he is worth let's see. So at least over 100 million. Let's see. While older internet estimates list his personal worth at just 100 million, financial assessments place the broader York family's fortune. So yeah, he's worth well over. He's worth hundreds of millions of fucking dollars. Okay, and he went to pick up. And again, this is what people need to understand. Okay. Everybody gets caught up on looks. We all do. Men, we all get caught up on it. All right. But never forget that Hugh Grant had one of the hottest women in Hollywood, and he decided to cheat on her with what looked like Wesley Snipes in a wig. Okay? It was bad. It was real bad. So,
unbuckle slowly. Slowly. Do it. Step out of the car.
Yeah, Divine Brown. That was the name. That's right, Divine Brown. Okay, so I'll give everybody the let's see. I'll give you the basics right here. Hang on. Let's see. So it was Elizabeth Hurley is who he was with. Okay. So this is who Hugh Grant had at the time. I don't know if that was a... All right, here we go. Hugh Grant was with her at the time. This is probably a little bit older picture of her now, but okay. And he decided that it was a good idea. He decided it was a good idea to hook up with that. Okay? Yeah. That's what Hugh Grant decided to do. So now we got old boy with $170 or $140, this multi-millionaire, hundreds of millions of dollars, 49er owner. Yeah.
Put your hands on the car.
Can you ask what you're doing?
Spread your feet for me.
Can I ask what you're doing?
What are you doing here?
I'm just driving.
You meeting anybody?
No.
Does anybody have the number to the trailer park asking for a friend?
Thank you. Oh, man. Careful. Don't move around. Hold on 1 second. All right. You got anything on you I should know about?
No.
All right. Spread your feet again. Is this a rental car?
Yeah.
What are you doing in town? You from here?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I live in Georgia.
Okay. You're just driving around East Palestine?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta be in this one. You got it.
This car.
Boy, oh boy. So and I also want you to understand that these are this is one of the NFL owners, one of the many NFL owners that are telling us that we have to end racism and we have to respect women and we have to be good people and we have to end toxicity and we can't say bad words. Yeah. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide every single fucking time. He's respecting minorities, Jeremy.
Oh, you want me to just take them to your car or no?
Yo, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you.
You're gonna go on the passenger side here.
Sorry, I missed that. What a freaking disaster. $140. I spend more of that on the G&G sphere of influence in a week. And you mean I could have been getting my YouTube special sucked instead? I fucked up. I might have hurt my super chat numbers for the night. I think everybody who super chats me, there's like, hold on just a minute. You're telling me instead of sending $100 to this stupid fuck, I could have been going to the trailer park with $140? Man, what am I doing with my life? The best part, let's see, is being arrested upon arriving at a mobile home park in East Palestine, Ohio, as part of a human trafficking sting operation. Oh boy. Dude, this looks like a meme of a man very sad. Okay, everyone, road trip to Ohio mobile home park. Incoherent Dave says, if we buck historical trends and with the midterms, what will be the cope about Trump's popularity from the left and the retarded right? That I'm very fascinated with. I'm actually glad you brought that up. I will be fascinated at the cope. I really will. And I always do appreciate when people go on these cope sessions and have to invent scenarios. It's one of the reasons I very much enjoyed the Odyssey discussion. I had so much fun with that. And I do like how it's completely disappeared now. Nobody wants to talk about it anymore. You know why they don't want to talk about it anymore? Because it's still hitting insane numbers. Yeah. Yeah, people had no problem making fucking videos every day before it came out. It's going to flop. It's going to underperform. Nobody's talking about it anymore. But there was cope along the way. And that was so fun. So you bring this into it. Donald Trump is now 10 plus years into the single greatest political run we have ever seen. Not in our lifetimes. Donald Trump's political run is, without a doubt, the single greatest political accomplishment in history. And I do not believe we will ever see anything like it again. I just don't. It's insane what he has done. And we don't appreciate it enough in the moment, because we never appreciate things in the moment. We always appreciate things after the fact. And I've mentioned this many times. Hey, we're living through the golden age of politics. It's never going to be better than this. Appreciate it while it's here, because Trump is him. So here we are this far into it. These people have been wrong every step of the way, and they have invented a new cope every single time. Now you've got the left and you've got the retarded right, and they are basically running with the same narrative. Trump's not popular. Trump is done. Trump is over. It's done. If he wins the midterms, I can't wait to see the goalpost shifting. I can't wait to see the cope. Time will tell. But that is a good question right there, and that's going to be very fun to watch. Sherry Allen for 10 says, people don't have sympathy or make excuses for men, so why are they doing so for Lindsay Clancy or other women? Mental illness is not, she is still responsible for her actions. This is why the snake pit have the smartest ladies anywhere on the internet, because this is really the truth of it. And this is why identity politics is a cancer. It's a disease. You should never pay attention to anyone who works off of identity politics. But this is the cancer of identity politics. It's not about men. It's not about women. It's about good versus evil. And Lindsay Clancy is evil, just like Chris Benoit was evil. And that's it. There's no more to it. And again, I am just a retarded YouTuber. Don't take anything I'm saying as gospel or anything like that. But clearly somebody like Chris Benoit was suffering from mental illness. Okay? Doesn't matter. He's still evil. Clearly someone like Lindsay Clancy was suffering from mental illness. Doesn't matter. She's still evil. What happens is you have a snowball effect when the narrative and the discussion and the greater sphere starts having this discussion about Lindsay Clancy was a victim. She did nothing wrong. You start putting that negative energy out there, and then other people that might have problems, they start embracing those problems. Instead of trying to control those problems or get help for those problems, they start hearing this conversation from the mainstream media. And instead of wanting to get things right, they're like, no, I'm a victim. I'm a strong woman who's dealing with this, and these damn kids are getting in my way. And it starts to create a snowball effect. There's a reason you didn't see that with Chris Benoit, because there was no narrative about Chris Benoit. There was no narrative that he was a victim. There was no narrative that he should be forgiven. Now, I understand Benoit, he ultimately ended his own life too, so it wasn't like he was alive, but there was never a question. No one was talking about him in any positive way because everyone just agreed he's evil. It's crazy, man. Thank you, Sherry. Heavy D says, you're telling me women fell for a fake celeb? Apparently. Flag Ninja says, I get all my payday loans from World Bank. Storm Shadow says, instead of felony, you send money to scams, you lose vote. Agreed. Sateri says, if you were the 49ers owner, you would fold at Metheny in the Ohio trailer park for $100 to your name. Don't deny it. I mean, I think that he basically was like, I can have any high dollar hooker I want. I want to go get some sloppy trailer park stuff. I get it. I understand. He's like, I don't need these high class hoes. I need some sloppy trailer park stuff. Bobo Yogi says, Jeremy, I've confirmed where I live. That's 140 for Jed York. Was your mom-daughter combo. Lots more this story. Wait, so he got the mom-daughter combo? No. No, you're got to be kidding me. There's no freaking way. There's no way. Hang on. Hang on. I got to look this up. My search history is going to be fucked now because I'm searching this shit up. Well, it's a trailer park. Let's see. I don't see anything on that. Are you just memeing on me? I mean, I'm scared to search it out in detail. At least, not on incognito anyway. So, hopefully the cope involves itself Minecrafting. Odyssey still sucks. You haven't even seen it, Narco. You haven't even seen it. You've admitted that. Storm Shadow says Jed York could have saved 15% and called Diana Rossini. TVZTQ says Hail Streamer and his ideas about the world. I don't think we're going to lose. The left is like 2024. They are peaking early now. That's a good point. They do seem like they're peaking. That's a good point. I like where your thinking's at. Ohio mom-daughter combo sounds rough. Culver's pork chop sandwich combo. That's the type of combo we need. You want to talk X-Wing 5 approved? Yes. I like it. All right. So I'm glad you're showing back up here. I hadn't seen you in a while. And then I bullied you into sending me a proper 199. Now you're back. I respect that. I appreciate that. Now I want Culver's, man. Why are you doing this to me? Whoa. Okay. Let me repeat this. I have said this many times in this chat. I don't like getting onto my chat. I don't like it, but I have said repeatedly, we do not allow hate speech in this chat. Stuart Weber, you will be banned and reported to the authorities if you continue this disgusting hate speech in this chat. We do not tolerate hate speech of any kind. We're going to have to ask you to apologize, send a donation. I won't be mad anymore. We're good. Okay? That's it. Babo Yogi for 100 says, Jeremy, you know that in East Palestine, Ohio, the only people that say they got sick from that train crash had been wearing masks alone in the shower since 2021, lived here since 1971. I know the cops set up York. Too damn funny. Make me a cake. Cake's in the chat for Babo Yogi. So you think the cops, you're saying the cops set him up? That's actually funny if that's true. Hang on. There was a comment I wanted to find it, and I can't find it right now. But you think so? That'd be pretty funny. Capable Coney says, I googled Culver's pork chop sandwich combo and the G&G meme was the first image. Are you kidding me? No way. There's no way. Culver's pork chop sandwich. Not for me. Mine didn't show up. But it's here. I mean, it's not far. It's all because of this one right here. Let's see. This one right here.
I just want to DoorDash some Culver's, man. Like,
don't bring Culver's up. I'm not eating fast food right now.
I just
Don't
had
fucking
Culver's
bring
for
it
the
Culver's
first
up.
time yesterday.
Wait.
Whoa.
We got to talk about this.
Hold on. Where? What were you doing? What happened?
know I was gonna trigger
Wait, what
everyone
was
with
the
that.
agenda? What was the occasion?
Right.
Well, what
So-
led us to this?
Yeah. So what were you doing? Where were you at?
What were you wearing?
Wasn't
Yeah.
ready for all this.
And who went with you? Were you
Were you
alone?
wearing something?
The
Nick, can you
energy.
come
He's
in
like,
here?
I didn't expect the attention. He's like,
But you know what? You know what? Here we go. This is full shit.
He's like, well, he's like, let me tell you. He's like, I was driving, and we're like,
No,
All right, no,
so I was,
seriously,
so the wife was out of town for the first time. It was
Okay,
just me and the baby.
we really don't care about the build-up. We were joking.
Look,
Just,
this is important.
I care a little bit.
I don't.
Right. This is very
Beardus
important.
is mad he wasn't
The wife was
invited.
out of town.
True.
Okay. All right. She's in San Diego. And
This
and
is going in
I
a different
was gonna-
direction than I was thinking.
I was
So
gonna- me and the baby was like, I'm not going home cooking lunch. Why don't, since we're out and it's close by, why don't we go try this place Culver's everyone's talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
The small burger chain.
I hear all these people talking about Culver's is better than McDonald's, blah, blah, all these different things. So I went, I checked, and the first thing I was surprised by was the length and girth of the menu.
what the fuck?
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Make Culver's gay.
You had me in the first half there.
It was girthy.
I'm not American.
Right.
What is he talking
So
He's talking about a big fat hog.
I thought he was talking about burgers.
So I'm looking at the menu and I'm looking through all the burgers. I don't see anything that really piques my interest. You know,
Bacon
there's-
butter burger. What are you
there's
fucking
butter
doing?
burger.
Bacon
Hold on.
butter burger.
Hold on.
you
Double
have
patty.
my phone number. You should have texted. I could have told you.
You never
No, that's
respond.
not true.
So
If
I'm going
X-Wing
through
texted you, you would have ghosted him.
I'm going through all of everything, and I'm like, all right, I
You
don't
need
know
a better
what it's about.
story.
And then my eye rolls upon a sandwich that I've never seen on a fast food menu ever
Okay,
before in
hold on
my
a second.
entire life.
If you got anything other than a fucking burger,
You got
I'm
a
gonna
sandwich?
fucking
Seriously.
shit
I
my
would say-
pants.
I
Seriously.
did not
The
get
fish
a burger.
sandwich I've heard is pretty great.
You
though.
got a
What did you
sandwich?
If you got anything, wait, hold on. Hold on.
X-Wing, what did you get?
Hangman in real life.
What have you done?
This is
What did you
So
get?
he got like
I get the kid the chicken tendies, right,
Okay.
with fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The kid poops. Gotcha.
I
What-
got myself the pork chop sandwich.
Pork chop sandwiches.
But
And then I went home and I slathered a whole shitload of hot sauce on the pork chop
and you
sandwich.
added stuff. Motherfucker, bro.
beer.
The
I almost called him
pork chop
Beardo.
sandwich.
It was so dumb. I almost called him Beardo.
The
Shut the
pork
fuck
chop
up, Tata.
sandwich.
Hot
The
sauce
pork
on
chop
the pork chop
sandwich is what they
sandwich?
give to the special needs kids when the giant
Dude,
bus comes
X-Wing.
through.
That
X-Wing.
makes sense because it was phenomenal. I loved
X-Wing,
it. And I
help me
upgraded-
help you.
Everyone
I upgraded to
Double-
the cheese curds instead
Okay,
of
you at
the,
least got
like
the
the
cheese
normal
curds.
fries.
You
Okay,
got the
you at least got the
curds.
cheese
Fine.
curds.
Okay.
Did you get
And
the
then I-
nacho
and then I
cheese?
banged that out with the Culver's sauce as well. It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
It was
listen,
phenomenal.
here's the
reason
thing.
why
I
we're-
get
we're
Double
disappointed is
bacon
because
butter burger.
It's
Yes.
a very good
That.
burger joint. Like it's very good.
the pork
He
chop
got-
sandwich.
No, I will leave it there. Good times right there, man. The pork chop sandwich. Thank you, Babo Yogi. Hail to you. I appreciate it, man. 10 elimination dub in Fortnite while listening to CobraCast. So here's something for you to celebrate. Hail the snake pit. Thank you, Arondai. Thank you, brother. Hey, man. I was going to play Fortnite tonight, but probably tomorrow, depending on what happens tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff going on. So congrats on the dub, my friend. Wonder where we're deporting Milo to. The UK, right? The UK? Godzilla's Greaser says, and this is one of the many reasons why Blaine is superior to X-Wing on everything except everything but his opinion on Jaws. Oh, man. I love our main event stuff, man. We just have so much crazy stuff happening over there. I don't think the UK will want him. It ain't really up to them at this point, is it now? It ain't really up to them. So, what was this? Hang on. There's something else I wanted to show you if I can find it. So this is an old clip that I saw that was going around. Hassan Piker. You see that quote right there? Let's hear what good old Hassan has to say right here.
What I don't understand is why you claim you're brave. I say I hate America all the time. A lot of motherfuckers want to kill me over that take, but at least I say it with my fucking chest. People will be like, Hassan, you hate America. I'm like, yeah, I do. I do hate America. People will be like, Hassan, you hate cops. I say, yeah, I do. Why? I'm not a pussy.
So the obvious question is, if you hate it, why are you here? Why are you here? Why would someone be in a place that they hate? Because he doesn't hate it. He simply profits from being here, and he pretends to hate it because it pays him big time. Because he's benefiting from this country all the time. It's the same guy he's a socialist, yet he's in a multi-million-dollar home. He lives this lavish life. He's traveling. He's got all of this fancy stuff, yet he believes in socialism. Bernie Sanders has like what, 3 or 4 houses around the country? But Bernie wants to talk about billionaires, oligarchy, you know, like all the time. It's all just a virtue signal. That's all this is. And he shocks his dog. That's right. Hassan does. But I am glad that all of this is really blowing back on the Democrats. It's really glorious to see. And it's kind of like an avalanche that's building up right now on Hassan, and he can't get out of his own way. The Democrats can't get out of the way. It's destroying them, and they're eating them. They're eating each other alive. And again, I've talked about where Fox News is reporting on Hassan constantly now. It's becoming pretty awesome to watch. So I'm enjoying that. The fall of Hassan Piker has been glorious, to say the least. He's on Fox right now too. Is he? There's no way. Like on live, you mean? Let's see here. Ain't no way he's on right now. That would be fucking funny. Holy shit, he literally is.
Other Democrats warn Piker is a major liability.
I find this guy to be really, really troubling.
I am done. Don't any reporter ask me again.
This is live.
About Hassan Piker.
But the reality for Democrats is much of the energy is on the far left. Trace?
The chief Washington correspondent, Mike Emanuel, live for us in D.C. Mike, thank you.
Let's back this up.
Young could had great, strong, lost so many angels. Washington correspondent, Mike, we wouldn't have victims like this.
That's crazy.
Shameful. It really is. Todd Lyons, Esther Valdez-Clayton, thank you both. Well, a political civil war erupting within the Democratic Party over left-wing streamer Hassan Piker. The chief Washington correspondent, Mike Emanuel, is live in the nation's capital with the latest on the growing tension. Mike, good evening.
Trace, good evening to you. There's clear tension in the Democratic Party between the establishment and the far left fringe. New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
And let me remind you, I think there's been some Democrats who have claimed that Hassan is their Joe Rogan. That's been one of their narrative, that Hassan is their Joe Rogan. Okay.
And Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, big names on the left in Washington today. AOC appearing only days after officially rejoining the Democratic Socialists of America, as establishment leaders try to hold Democrats together.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is Democrats are so stupid to realize that Joe Rogan is not a right-wing podcaster. If anything, Joe Rogan is a Democrat more than a Republican. But the Democrats have moved so far to the left that you've basically moved so far that people like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk are like, we're not crazy like you guys. So you've moved the party so far left that they're now automatically in the right.
I'm confident that we will win the day, win the week, win the month, win the year, win the hearts and minds of the American people.
A controversial figure dividing Democrats is Hassan Piker. After campaigning with him, now the Michigan Senate nominee is trying to distance himself.
Hassan Piker is a streamer in California. You would think, if you turned on any media, that this whole campaign is about a streamer in California. That's not what this campaign has ever been about.
While other Democrats warn Piker is a major liability.
I find this guy to be really, really troubling.
I am done. So don't any reporter ask me again about Hassan Piker.
But the reality for Democrats is much of the energy is on the far left. Trace?
The chief Washington.
That's funny. Right as I'm talking about it, it's live on Fox News. That's fantastic. Ironworks Gaming says, Mutt, stop all the downloading. Help computer. I'm a computer. Lol. Thank you. Dynamics says, Cybertruck idea. Use your LLC to get it. We will super chat the payment and insurance the first week of every month. You'll get your beast. I would never ask people to super chat me to pay for a fucking vehicle. I appreciate the thought. Someone, I won't say who, someone that I don't want to say someone that's aware of what I do reached out and they are like, I can get you a great trade in for your truck. I can work it into the deal. I can get you a really good deal. And I'm like, I'm upside down on my truck. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't. And he's like, I can get you a good deal, like at the lot, this certain lot. And it's a pretty decent lot. And not here. It's not here. It's actually somewhere else. It's outside of my area, but they have a couple there. And I was just like, I don't think I can do this, man. Like not like just financially. I'm not ready to commit to like spending any extra money. But the thought that counts, and it was cool. So, but yeah, it's you never know who the fuck is watching these streams. It's absolutely fucking crazy, man. No, it's nobody like somebody you know. It's just an average person who is, you know, connected to a local car lot that they have a couple of Cybertrucks there. And so, yeah, that's all it was. It's not like anybody connected or anything like that. It's just a random person. But, you know, I really, they're really fucking cool. I can't believe that I'm actually a fan of EVs. I'm not even a fan of EVs. It's like, it's just the Cybertruck is so fucking cool. All four wheels turn. You've got that, the steering wheel, the way that it's connected to the drivetrain and the system is insane. I couldn't believe it. Let's see. Everyone here thinks that you should have one. Well, I do appreciate that. Fine, I'll throw in a home charger plus installation. So again, I'm still so new to the Tesla deal. So like, with, you know, that home charger is something that's crucial for sure. Because I'm still trying to learn how the whole system works. But driving it took away all of my concerns about like, you can literally, if you have full self-driving enabled in your car, it's absolutely crazy. It's like a video game. And if you like need a charger, you go to the tablet and you type charger and then you click it and it tells you how many chargers are available and it'll drive you straight to the charger. It'll back you up into the parking spot. It's crazy. And this is why Elon Musk is a trillionaire. It's absolutely insane how advanced these cars are. Let's see. I can't imagine increasing my electric bill by using an EV, not with our electric costs. Honestly, so I mean, for instance, it cost me about $130 to fill up my truck every time because I have to use premium. And my gas, my truck gets about 12 miles to the gallon, 15 on a good day. So gas prices are insane. And so my truck is about 12 to maybe 14 or 15 miles to the gallon in town, maybe 17 on the interstate. And so, yeah, I would save a fuck ton of money actually if I had a Cybertruck. I would save a lot of money because from what I understand, it takes like $20 to fill up a charge. So if you're like 10%, you can go all the way up to like 80 or 90% for like $20. Let's see. What happens when the Cybertruck becomes Skynet? A valid concern. I'm waiting for the robots to kill me anyway. So if you've seen the thing that's going on in China with those robots, the Tesla robot, because here's the thing. Maybe I don't buy a Tesla robot, but you know who's going to have a Tesla robot? Somebody in my neighborhood. And when that Tesla robot decides it's going to kill the people that bought it, Guess whose house it's coming to next? Yeah, coming to the neighbor's house. And it's all over. So, robot takeover will be here in 20 years. You think 20? I'm thinking less than 10. I'm thinking less than 10. TJ says, I just walked in from the gym and went from the angle I could see the TV. It looked like my mom was watching Jason Statham waterboarding DSP in a bathtub. Okay, that's a lot to unpack right there. Try to unpack this. I just walked in from the gym, and from the angle I could see the TV, it looked like my mom was watching Jason Statham waterboarding DSP in a bathtub. I have the proper response for that.
What?
I think that probably made a lot more sense in your mind before you typed it, because I don't understand. What? That's pretty much what we're all thinking. God, it's so good. All right, let's see here. Next up, over on Rumble says Mod Eric says Jelly Roll is big time gay according to his wife divorcing him. That's why they are getting one. He was in bed with a man. Do not know if it was Jeremy or Beardo. Is that the rumor about him? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. TVZTQ says robots never killed streamer. Reboot. Love streamer. What? Now I'm doing the Gary thing. Like, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. We are completely talking about nonsense now. Okay, next up, let's talk about this really quick. Where the hell's my bookmarks at? Oh, right here. Okay. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Queen has arrived. Royce White attends somebody super chatted earlier. Royce White attends an Indiana Fever game as he seeks a shot at playing in the WNBA.
The Queen has arrived. All hail. Bow to the Queen. Royce.
And why are you here?
Well, first of all, black, trans, lesbians matter. We've always mattered. We've always existed. We have a right to exist. And we have a right to be included and participate. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to participate and scout some of the competition as well.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good. Royce White takes his WNBA draft campaign straight to the Indiana Fever game, showing up courtside in a blonde wig and getting plenty of attention from the fans. Here we go right here.
Hello.
God, it's so good, man. This is such a this is how you battle the left. I can't say this enough. You don't go and get angry. You don't yell. You don't scream. You don't name call. Okay? You just simply troll them. You use their logic against them and laugh at them and show everyone how much of a joke they are. That this is a perfect way to handle the left. Perfect way. Future WNBA Hall of Famer. 100%. Right. Royce White, after CNN canceled an interview with him.
Set to do an interview with CNN at 5 p.m. Central. And around 2-3 o'clock, they messaged me and said, we're canceling the interview. We have other news. That's the universal excuse. We have other news. And I just, for the life of me, again, they're not giving black women a voice. Sometimes identifying as trans black women a voice on CNN. It's just blows my mind. It's disappointing. It is. It's a huge disappointment, especially CNN.
Oh, fucking hell, man. That's great. Not giving black women a voice. TVZTQ, I got that one. Minister of All Things says, you guys seen AI Scooby-Doo Candace video? OMG, I have not. I'm not sure I want to. Dan Sugar Mama for $1. Thank you. 8 o'clock says, speaking of vehicles, Jeremy, I bought a motorcycle 2 weeks ago and have 25 miles of practicing on it. Gonna go on a longer ride this weekend. Hey, man, that's awesome. Be safe. And it's not so much about you, but obviously you be safe, but it's about the most important thing about riding a motorcycle is paying attention to everyone else on the road. That is the most crucial thing. And I mean, that's what you have to do in driving anyway. But when you're on a motorcycle, you truly are driving with every single person on the road in mind. That is, and I mean, even a good driver, and I consider myself a really good driver. Sometimes, man, it's like you have those blind spots on your vehicles, and it's tough. It's very tough. And so you can only imagine most people aren't good drivers. And man, it can, so just be aware at all times. My advice, and again, I'm only giving my advice, but like I know some people on motorcycles have like their phone, you know, like a phone holder and all of that. I don't know, man. I don't think that's a good thing because it takes your attention away. I think when you're on a bike more than anything, I think you have to have 100% attention locked in at all times because of everyone else out on the road. Because a split second. So I have a cousin of mine who's like he's insane on a dirt bike. The dude can do shit that I can't even comprehend on a dirt bike. He's phenomenal. He's been riding motorcycles, four-wheelers, and all of that his whole life. And the dude is a wizard. He can do shit out there that I just can't even comprehend. But he also had a crotch rocket, and he got in a terrible, terrible accident. He is, you'll rarely hear me say this, but he is a better driver than me because he just is. I mean, he's phenomenal. And he completely got, sideswiped by somebody on his bike. It wasn't his fault at all, but he is a fantastic driver and shattered his leg and everything. This happened a long time ago, but shattered his leg. It was a horrible accident. He was fine. He lived through it, but yeah, I mean, it's tough. So be very, very careful. That will be my advice. He's okay now. Yeah, he's good. It took him years to fully recover, but he's good now. TVZTQ says, MLM, CLM, BTLM. Dan Vicious says, unblock me on Rumble, please. Are you blocked? Eric, can you look into this? I mean, I don't really even know how to look that up on Rumble, but I'm sure maybe Eric can look into that. I don't. It could have been an accident or something like that too. So. But all right, I think we're going to end it there, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 hours. I got some stuff to do, but thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chats, the gifted memberships, and just all the support. It is appreciated more than you know. Expect a big month next month. We are going to be covering all the midterm stuff. I'm going to be plugged into all of that. Holy crap, Bill Herb! For $200. Are you kidding me? Sorry I haven't been catching you live as much. Hope all is well. Still watch the streams after. That Sydney Sweeney ad you showed was phenomenal. So I hope this is enough for it. You know what? I guess we're going a little bit longer. We're going a little bit longer. So we're going to watch the Sydney Sweeney ad in 2 different ways, okay? 2 different ways. Thank you, Bill Herb. I appreciate it, brother. Okay, so I saw this. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton show. Sydney Sweeney is leaning into traditional American notions of sex symbol femininity. Her lingerie company is going to be $1 billion business. So here's them reacting to it. So we're going to react to them And then we're going to watch the regular ad just to make sure that we saw it as good as we needed to.
Sydney Sweeney has got a lingerie company. And I do think culturally, if you think about men and women and the difference between men and women, she has a lingerie company ad. Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican in Florida, probably voted for Trump, certainly voted for Ron DeSantis. And she is willing to lean into traditional notions of 1980s, 1990s, 2000s era femininity. The reason why I bring it up is there were a lot of women that were very comfortable with being good looking and making a lot of money off being good looking. It sounds crazy to say, but
they had to ban the swimsuit issue, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue from my high school, my Catholic high school, because it just like for the whole week that it came out, they were like, everyone was just, that was all, there were every rec room, every locker, it was just everyone looking at the Sports Illustrated swimsuit models.
Back in the day, the swimsuit issue was a big deal because
Back in the day, the swimsuit issue was a big freaking deal. I mean, it was a talk of everything. If there was when the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue would come out, everybody was talking about it because we didn't have access to the internet.
That didn't exist. So if you wanted to see pretty girls, it was a lot more difficult to see pretty girls. And then boom, swimsuit issue comes out. Brooklyn Decker, Tyra Banks, all of the Rochelle Hunter or whatever her name was, all these different swimsuit models. It seems to me that Sydney Sweeney and her advisors, and it may be Sydney Sweeney herself and her advisors have just followed her direction, made a decision. I'm going to be just a modern day bombshell. I'm going to lean into being female, being sexy. And I do wonder whether this is directly related, actually, Buck, to her being a Republican and whether Republican women in a modern era are actually more comfortable being traditional notions of woman more so than left-wing women. Does that make sense? There's also all these studies out there, by the way, I'm sure you've seen this, Buck, that conservative women on average are way better looking than liberal women.
I don't even think that's a debate. I think that's a fact that, yes, conservative women are just more attractive than liberals. Like that's just a fact.
There were not a lot of attractive ladies at these protests, not a lot of attractive people inside and outside at these protests. You tend to have a lot of people that feel like they're embittered because they're not winners at life, and whatever that means, they're just not happy.
So do you buy my thesis here that one reason she is so comfortable, she has a lingerie company and the lingerie video is going mega viral, that one reason she is so comfortable, are they connected? The fact that she is an outspoken registered Republican in Florida. This is not coincidence.
I don't know if I would call her an outspoken Republican. I mean, she's registered Republican, but I don't think she's outspoken. She's just not a crazy leftist.
Accidental, and she is completely fine leaning into traditional gender roles, which would have been in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, to say nothing of the 70s for people out there who grew up in those eras, would have been not anything at all surprising to have done.
So the reason I wanted to do, and this is because we take our job seriously here at CobraCast 199. This is a very serious show. And that was an interesting conversation that Clay and Buck were having. But in order to understand exactly what they were saying, I think we need to watch the clip in full screen. Now, this is only because I think that we need to get all of the information so we can make an educated decision. Information is power, right? So I think we should watch the full video, right? So here we go. Yeah. As much as I think I should talk, I shouldn't talk. There's nothing for me to say. There's literally nothing for me to say. You know what? I think this would be better. Yeah. That's probably better. Yeah, that's good. Yep. Unfortunately, I gotta show back up now. God, it's about to ruin this. Just ruining it. I think that was good though. That's a good segment. For some reason, views went up. You know, getting gifted memberships, all of that. You know, it's pretty good. I like it. I think that worked out very well. That was very, very good for the channel. That was good. All right. Keep it there. Almost done. Everything there says, fine, here's another 10. See there? That's all it takes. All right. Thank you, Bill Hurd. Liberal women are literally men. I got to play that clip I played on Daily today because the picture is Zendaya right there. So, for all of the people that were like obsessing over the freaking whatchamacallit, the Odyssey interviews, this one should have been played more than anything. So right here. All right. So what's funny about this is that Robert Pattinson, Anne Hathaway, and Tom Holland are being asked about Zendaya. Okay. So of course, Tom Holland is married to her, so he's going to praise her. You got Anne Hathaway praising her, and Pattinson gives the best answer ever. This is so fucking good.
Perfect casting, because she truly is a goddess. What about her do you think made her the perfect Athena?
She's divine. Divine and powerful. She really like holds the screen. She's pretty strong like that.
Yeah, and
And she's not an animal.
All around good gal.
I know.
I was like trying to think of something with the outfits and stuff, but I was like, oh.
Pattinson is great, man. Bill Hurd says Pattinson has become my favorite actor currently working. Dude, he's right there for me too, man. He's such a funny dude, man. And he doesn't take himself too seriously. And all the stuff I've seen from him, man, is just funny as crap. He really does get it. Like this one right here. This is one of my favorite ones too, where he claims he's Gen Z right here. This is great.
If they were going to direct a new Twilight, would you do it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think you should, but okay.
Great.
Oh.
I like taking jobs of younger actors.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I want to play 17 again. There's the movie, Zach's movie, 17 again.
I did
want
think
to
it
do
was
17
insane
again
when you
every
cold
year.
FaceTimed me, and I was like, it's crazy to cold FaceTime somebody, and you were like, no, it's Gen Z. Do you
I said,
wish you
I'm
were a
Gen
Gen Z? You're not Gen Z, you're a
I am.
millennial. No, you're a millennial. How old are you?
Truthful.
I believe that you believe that you're Gen Z.
I am Gen Z.
What year were you born?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Pattinson's awesome, man. Sweeney Damn Tax. Let's freaking go. Bill Herb says Robert Pattinson. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Pattinson's awesome. I think Pattinson, yes, Dan Campbell, as I've said, is the new Leo. I absolutely believe he's the new Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, where are we at? Dan Campbell says, I have been hit by 6 cars and T-boned by a Harley on my sport bike, and all of them over 60 miles an hour, not including sideswipe, while stuck in traffic. Everyone is a threat. Wear your gear. Road rash sucks. By the way, I won't go into detail, but I did get your email. Did you see that I responded to it, brother? Good stuff, by the way. So, but thank you for the super chat. Mod Eric says, Dan Vicious is back now, fixed. There we go. See there? There we go. Good stuff, man. Squared away. I lost my brother this year to a bike accident. Please think of your family before you ride. It's not just about you. God bless. Prayers up, man. So sorry to hear that. Yeah, man, it's dangerous out there. I mean, listen, I've always wanted a bike and I've never bought one because it's not really because I don't doubt my ability. I doubt everyone else's ability on the road. And you know, I've always wanted a bike really badly, and I got close a few times a long time ago to buying one, but I ended up just never doing it because I was just like, there's only so much I can control when I'm behind the wheel, and I think I do a good job of, you know, keeping myself out of bad situations. But with that, I just, yeah, it's tough, man. People are stupid. That's really what it comes down to. Build a private road. Yeah, just build a private road. You've lost 2 uncles to motorcycle accidents? Holy crap, man. Yeah, like I said, I have my cousin who was phenomenal with riding bikes and 4-wheelers and everything. And but it just yeah. Bad people on the road out there not paying attention at times. So okay, guys, thank you all so much. I do appreciate it. You guys are the best. And man, I will be live at some point tomorrow. I don't know what time yet. I do have a lot of stuff going on, so I'll let you know. And then I'll be back Sunday and Monday. Again, I plan on streaming every day for the next. Tomorrow will be the only exception. I could have some stuff going on, but I plan on streaming every day with CobraCast. I'm back on Geeks and Gamers and making videos over there. D-Day Cobra 2 is doing good. Main G&G channel is doing good. I'm happy that making videos again. It feels good to be plugged into a lot of the entertainment stuff. So, and I need to start making videos for this channel again as well. So I'll try to get that worked in. But thank you all so much. Soldier On says end of stream tax. So now we're doing end of stream taxes. I like that. I like this idea. That's a good idea. Now you guys have to start sending end of stream tax, but really take a day off. I mean, when you enjoy what you do, you don't really have to take a day off. You know what I mean? I get it though. Sometimes I have to disconnect from the internet sometimes though. That's really it. Like I love streaming. I love interacting with all of you. I love talking about this stuff, but sometimes the internet is the only thing. Like I just have to disconnect from the fucking internet because it's just overkill. That's why I've largely left Twitter. Now, obviously I'm on Twitter for news and stuff like that, but I'm not tweeting out. I'm not interacting. I have my other account that I try to bookmark stuff on. So that's pretty much all I do, but the internet, got to take a break from it every now and then. So thank you guys. Have a good evening. And we will talk. Oh, there we go. So Soldier On says more end of stream tax. I think you've started a new meme now. And I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining. Thank you to the mods as well. And to the chat. Have a good weekend. Be safe out there if you're on the roads, especially if you're on a motorcycle. And we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone. Wear a helmet, says Elite Super Grunt. Yes, you always wear a helmet if you're on a motorcycle. And to be fair, some of you probably just need to wear a helmet in general. Just saying. Love you all.